Portions of the following program may be unsuitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Remember, the enemy has only images and illusions, behind which he hides his true motives. Destroy the image, and you will break the enemy.
I'm here to tell you tonight that the businessmen, the mayor of this city, the police commissioner of this city, and everybody in the white power structure of this city must take a responsibility for everything.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Luther and I, and everyone in this arena tonight, are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of our country. We respect our flag. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Race is when you use your power and influence to subject people into inferiority. Utterances can't be racist.
Look around you, man. They own this shit. They own this couch you sitting on, them shoes you got on your feet, this building, this school, this country, you. We're behind enemy lines, dog.
So you must first of all remember that this system was not originally designed with black people in mind. Right on! Right on! And it definitely was not prepared for black people to, in the end, begin to demand their rights and an equal share in this country which they died for. Right on! Right on! Hey, and we definitely are not going back to Africa.
In the church, we used to sing the song, "Good News, the chariot is coming." While you sit here today, knowing that you have come to hear good news, you must realize in advance what good news for you might be bad news for somebody else. What good news for the sheep might be bad news to the wolf.
They say, oh, things are getting so much better for you. In 1849, it was hitting blacks on the head 100 times a day. In 1990, they hit them 48 times a day. Isn't it better? Oh, it's got to be better. You're saved 52 blows.
The only purpose of most black Americans on earth today is to destroy.
I think that's noble. Italians love Italians, when Irish love Irish, but when a nigga loves a nigga, it's an unpardonable sin. They have blood in their hands. When we say they have blood in their hands, we are not saying him, George Bezos, went and killed, but white people colonized us. They dispersed us. They enslaved our people. They sucked our economy dry. They are still sucking it dry even today. That's white people. Tony Blair, George Bush, Napoleon Bonaparte, Leopold, Adolf Hitler, Benjamin Netanyahu. All white people, they are the same. They are racist and they are full of hate.
I've been waiting for you. You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
Why am I here?
Our world is coming crumbling down. The coons are coming.
You got to understand that white America has an uncanny way of making the victim the victimizer. Excuse me, master, for putting my head in the way of your club. Not that your club is brutalizing my head and putting hickeys on it. My head got in the way of your free swing and broke your shiny stick, and I want to apologize for that.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected and thus not beyond a measure of control. which has led you inexorably here.
There are more connections in the human body than there are stars in the galaxy. We possess a gigantic network of information to which we have almost no access.
Matrix is older than you know. I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the sixth version.
5 months before me. There are only two possible explanations. They were 5 months before me. Either no one told me, or no one knows.
Precisely. As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic, creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
Control me! I'm gonna smash you to You can't make me do anything like prick!
Choice. The problem is choice.
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're not brutalized because we're Catholics. We're brutalized because we are black people in America.
Because white people made him to be what he is. They made him to look evil, because that's their role, to make all of us black people to look evil and to hate ourselves. I can't hate you.
You're a nigga till you die. If you're a poor nigga, you're a poor nigga. If you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga. But you never stop being a nigga. And if you get to be educated, you're just an educated nigga.
I'm told every day I'm on air that I'm racist because I call out racism. That is maddening to me, and I'm crying about it because it's crazy.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching you and I and trying to tell the white man to get this powder keg out of his house. Let the black man separate from his house. Let the black man have his own house. Let the black man have his own land and his own property.
I thought the bitch was white! Damn it! I thought the bitch was white!
That's true.
I think that white people are so guilty, knowing what they've done to black people, that they feel if the deeds were reversed, they would hate the black man if he had done the same thing to them. So it's actually, it reflects a guilt complex on the part of whites when they ask us, do we hate them? And if you notice, Uncle Sam has formed a habit of going all over the world. He calls it the ugly American, or the American image. He thinks that everybody hates him because it's a guilt complex. And if you think that if you are worried about Europeans hating you, and they're your allies and your cousins, well, naturally it would follow for you to think that Negroes in this country would hate you, especially in light of what has been done to black people in this country by white people.
Now, check it out. The white ball dominates everything, right? Knocks the shit out the yellow ball, the red ball, right? And the game's over when the white ball drives the black ball completely off the table.
But you have to see that all of this is hypocrisy.
I love Malcolm. Malcolm called me the Sunday that he died. I was working Basin Street East. He said, "Brother Greg, you coming by today?" And I said, "Malcolm, I love you." And I said, "I love you so much, I don't even want to take a chance to be there." He said, "What do you mean, Brother Greg?" I said, "Well, I close tonight, Sunday night at Basin Street East." And I said, "But I had my wife book me a flight into Chicago at 8 o'clock this morning, and I'm going to Chicago, and I had way beneath my salary book me into a college about 10 miles from the airport. And I'm going to go there and speak this afternoon, and I'm going to stay there until they tell me you dead. Because I'm not going to let this government get two of us for the price of one. And I'm going to call Adam Clayton Powell when I finish talking to you and beg him not to come there. Because today, the United States government is going to get you.
An update now on a former Lehigh University student who allegedly tried to poison his roommate. The Northampton District Attorney is now asking that he be held without bail after he allegedly tried to leave the country. Yuki Yang is back in the Northampton County Prison. Over the weekend, he posted $200,000 bail and then waived his right to deportation to China. DA John Morganelli says the move was an attempt to avoid prosecution on attempted homicide charges.
All right, y'all, you know how it goes. The most hated show on the black corner of the internet, right? So you know how it goes. Do everything to try to keep this show from getting off, but first and foremost, I want to say what's good to the subscribers who happen to should be in the house. What's good, fam? That's right, it's a Friday night. You know I kind of had to scramble up the way I'm coming on. So good evening to you, passerbys. Welcome to the Black Minds News. This is always grand opening for you, so you can go down the aisle, shop, and look on the shelves, see something you like, hit that like button, right? Agents, man, y'all always working so hard. I'm trying to figure out what it is that I'm doing that just really got your panties in a bunch, right? So I had to make sure that everything, because I did the last video that I did, I see that they have some way that they've gotten into my system, altering your mics, right? Making where your mic not working. But again, they always saying that you're making up stuff, right? So I don't know what it is what more do you want us to do? I'm on here doing what I do as just a media source for a black source, right? Now you should be in here again. Whatever's being presented to you is never personal. It's just what it is, right? So let me get my spiel out the way before we get it going. Welcome to the Black Minds News. I'm your host, the whiteologist, Mr. Blows Your Minds. And this show is to relay, articulate, incite, reiterate how you want to do it, right? Because I ain't got my notes tonight. I'm going to have to go off the top of my head, right? Because you know what? As a descendant of the greatest people who created the greatest country that we call the United States, as a descendant of that, we over here give honor to our ancestors, because you know why? The truth don't need no partner. And you know what my motto is? I'm not going to tell you what I heard. I'm going to tell you what I know. Now, again, you seen the first part of that video, right? You seen old Yakai is on the run. Now, you know those who be paying attention to this show here, right? So let me get the article out on that. Let me get the article on that, because that was the individual who went to Lehigh, right? Ended up poisoning his roommate, right? And then he posted a $200,000 bail, right? Now he's an international student, right? So he ended up deciding that he was going to try to make a run for it, right? He was going to try to make that break. Well, you know how it is. You know how it is. So let me pull up the article for you. Like I say, you know, I had to sometimes, because again, they love trying to keep me on the move, trying, you know, keep me off my square. But you know, I'm gonna fight that, right? So, matter of fact, out there, if I sound too not clear, somebody out there give me a warning if my clarity is not good. So let me make some adjustments while I'm doing all this, right? So let me get this news story for you right quick. Let me show you about Yakai, right? Let's see. Let's see where I got him at. Now, hold on one second, y'all. Again, spur of the moment, was trying to get this off, because again, you never can telegraph what I'm about to do, for the simple fact that they always on the move trying to make me not do what I do. All right, so let me pull up right quick. Let me go down here, pull this up. Ain't that something? That should have been already up in here, right? Let's see what this is. Let's see where I got it at. All right, so let's see. All right, so here it is. Here it says, college student allegedly tries to flee the United States after poisoning roommate. You know I'm going to say that again. College student allegedly tried to flee the United States after poisoning roommate, police said. This was done in ABC News. The date was December the 28th, 2018. And this is how it reads. says the Chinese national accused of poisoning his college roommate. I don't know how he is accused. He actually did it. In Pennsylvania is deported to avoid prosecution, according to police. Former Lehigh University student Yakai Yang was being held by immigration officials on Friday after posting bail on an attempt murder charge in connection with an alleged poisoning attempt against his roommate, according to police. Police say Yang, 22, posted cash bail earlier this week with plans to evade prosecution by flying home to China, but United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which is ICE, agents returned him back to local officials, authorities says. Yang was arrested last week for allegedly lacing his roommate's food and drinks with deadly chemicals, including thallium, a chemical once used in rat poisoning, prosecutors said. Authorities say Yang, who was majoring in chemistry at the time, planned to kill his roommate, Juan Royal, in a slow and discreet manner. But the plot began to unravel in March when Royal started vomiting, shaking, and having dizzy spells. Royal managed to make it to a local hospital where he tested positive for thallium, an odorless and tasteless type of soft metal. It was commonly used in rat poison up until the United States banned the practice in 1970. This was over a period of time with small amounts of poisoning occurring. Northampton County District Attorney John Morgani said during a press conference last week it was added to food and drinks in the refrigerator. We have weird and bizarre behaviors on the part of this young man, Mr. Yang, Morgengeli added. Royal, who has since graduated, is still experiencing physical symptoms from this poisoning that occurred, he added. Yang was already facing an ethnic intimidation charge for allegedly writing racist graffiti in the pair's dorm room in the spring. Yang turned himself into police in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, just east of Allentown last Thursday, and was charged with attempt homicide, aggravated assault, simple assault, and reckless endangerment, according to Morgengeli. Morgengeli is now asking a judge to order him held without bail. Check that out, right? The individual who had attempt murder, aggravated, he had some charges. He had some real serious charges, and I know he still got to get a bail, right? So, again, check that out. He had a $200,000 bail. So, you know how we know that 10% off, right? Get that 10% off with about $20,000. He paid it cash. I'm saying he paid it cash and jumped out, got up out of there, and was going flight. Okay? Now, I originally did this story a couple of days ago, and again, it was reported, right? And then now they caught him trying to flee. So, Mr. Yakai, right? Mr. Yakai Yang knows he's not going to be able to beat this case. He's trying to prevent himself, but again, that's a little bit too late. Again, we're going to say allegedly until the case is all out. But again, if you're in the dorm and it's just you and that individual, I don't know who else we're going to. Again, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you what they said in the article already. They said that he bought the thallium just in case he didn't pass. He was going to do some samurai, you know what I'm saying? If he failed, he was going to go ahead and just off himself, right? So what he did is he said, well, I started to put it in the drinks and in the food, but I guess it was going to be for myself if I wasn't going to pass. Now, again, I said at least a D- will still get you passing grade, right? You still can pass with a D-, right? You mean that cockamamie story that he gave, talking about that he was going to do for himself, but you're going to put it in the refrigerator, because again, those who done been into the campus life, you have people that be in and out your room, depending on what kind of, let's say, kind of popularity and, kind of boys and stuff you got. Okay, you got mothers coming in and out, mothers going up in your fridge, right? Even your partner, the dorm room, right? He may go up in the fridge, so you know what I'm saying? If you spiking it, you doing it with intent, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Come in, burrito and shit. Coming in, motherfucker, your roommate that ate your damn burritos. I'm gonna fix his ass. I'm gonna put a shit sandwich in there, something like that, right? So again, so that would be between you and them. Who else could we observe outside of that? And right, and then he also had the situation where he put nigger on the desk and told him get out. So obviously this dude has some animosity to this brother. Again, we don't know whether it's about a female or it's just that, again, that old natural thing, that the anti-Negroism that most people got. But that's probably what it was most likely. You understand how it goes. So, you know, that's how we're going to start this show off again. You know, I got to work to get in here. Let me see out here. Let's see what's going on. I got a couple people in the house. Am I scratchy? Greetings to, oh, that's Medicine Locos in the house. What's good, sir? How you feeling? Am I scratchy today? Because, you know, I went back and I checked that video the day and the mic sounded horrible. Right? So I can't understand, other than the simple fact that I'm being tampered with from the other side. Again, I know that's what they do. But am I scratchy or am I clear? Give me a 1 if they're 2 if I'm not. I appreciate that. Okay, so moving on. All right, so let's see what else I got going up in here. All right, so here I got this story here, right? I had did this story as well, right? I did this story the other day too, again, about the man that went to the DoubleTree in Oregon and went to a concert. After, you know, first he already had reservations, you know, so he got himself ready, went to the concert. On his way back return, phone rings by mama. Mama, you know, talking about, you know, if your mama called you in that certain situation, maybe she's talking this a little, you know, sincere, you know what I'm saying? She coming from somewhere and you like, okay, let me stop what I'm doing. All right, mama, okay, what's going on, right? So he takes the call right in the lobby, okay? So what happens is, you got the security guard that sees him, and man got keys in his hand, got the hotel keys in his hand. Front desk know he was there, but now decided to, you know, single him out and say he had to leave, right? So that whole thing got put on there again. If you're an avid watcher of my show, you see you are up on what goes on. I keep you well informed, right? So you see that, and then what ended up happening was he gets the police called on him. They escort him out, even walk him to his room to get his stuff, right? And escort him out of the hotel as if like he was some riff-raff vagabond, vagrant that had no business dealings in there. So I knew it was just going to be a matter. It's only a matter of time that's going to transpire. So let me give you the video right quick, and then we'll be right back. How about that?
After a white hotel security guard in Portland, Oregon, confronted a black man claiming he was loitering in the lobby, even calling police. But that man was a guest of the hotel on the phone with his mother. ABC's Clayton Sandell with the video.
I was racially profiled.
Jermaine Massey says he was targeted simply for being black.
He's calling the cops on me because I'm taking a phone call at the DoubleTree Hotel.
Portland DoubleTree by Hilton security guard Earl Myers telling Massey, who works for Amazon, he's loitering even though he's a registered hotel guest.
Portland police will be here in a minute.
Thank you. Call them. I'm waiting.
Okay.
They're coming. Why? Why are they coming?
Escort you off the property.
Because what? And I'm staying here?
Not anymore.
Tonight, the hotel says we sincerely apologize to Mr. Massey for his treatment this past weekend, calling it unacceptable and contrary to our values. The incident echoes recent infamous cases of white people reporting black people for things like selling bottled water or hanging out at Starbucks.
Earl told me that I need to leave.
Control of the property, yes.
Okay, so Earl runs this place, right?
He does
I'm
right
sitting
now.
here.
And tonight, the hotel says the employees involved are all on leave. Tom?
Clayton, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
All right. So again, you know, I got to give you the article before I get into it, right? So it goes here. It says, hotel employee who called cops on black guests put on leave You know I'm going to say that again. Hotel employees who call cops on black guests put on leave. It's come from the CBS News. It was done today, December the 28th, 2018, and this is how it reads. 2 employees accused of racially profiling a black guest in the lobby of a Hilton Doubletree Hotel in Portland, Oregon, are on leave Friday morning. The hotel apologized a second time to Jermaine Massey, who in widely shared Instagram videos claimed he was the targeted for his calling his mother while black. Massey was returning from a concert Saturday night when he said he went to a quiet corner of the hotel lobby to take a phone call from his mother when a security officer, now dubbed Hotel Earl, by the internet, approached him and things got heated, reported CBS News correspondent DeMarco Morgan. The 71-year-old security guard, Earl Weasley Myers, had asked Massey for his room number. Massey said he didn't remember it and requested privacy for his phone call. Instead, Myers called for the police to escort him off the property. In a video posted to Instagram, Massey said he even went so far as to say he's there to protect the safety of the guests. As if I weren't a guest and I was causing a disturbance and I was a safety threat. According to Massey, white guests in the lobby were not similarly questioned. Instagram video shows Massey telling Myers that he was a guest at a hotel. He produced his room key for a manager who said in the video he, Myers, wouldn't have asked me to call 911 without any calls. Responding officers warned Massey he could be arrested for trespassing if he stayed, according to the police report. The 34-year-old, who said he was a former FBI agent, became loud and started yelling that the hotel was racist. You know, judging someone based off the color of their skin, you never know how it feels until you've actually been there. Could have went to jail had I responded a different way, Massey said in the video. In the past year, police have been called on a group of black people barbecuing, the girl selling bottled water on the sidewalk, and Bob Marley's granddaughter after she and her friends left their Airbnb. Massey checked into a different hotel Saturday after he was kicked out without a refund on Thursday. The Doubletree then announced it was reviewing its protocols and training and had launched an investigation. We have zero tolerance stance on discrimination of any kind, it said in a statement. I plan to try to seek justice and make sure that's not happening to anyone else, Massey said in a video. Massey's attorney said in a statement his client was publicly humiliated and now wanted the hotel to publicly answer 2 questions. Why was he approached by security and interrogated? And why was he called a threat to the safety and security of the guests? All right. Well, you know how it is. It's always the same old, same old, same old. I know, you know, we always using the race card. We're always making things up. It's never quite as the way we say it. We're always lying. Black people always make it up. But see, that's what the creator did. Creator created the thing called video. So you don't want to believe me? What are you going to do? Believe your lying eyes? Or is it just the denial, or just what it really is, right? It is what it is, right? His young man went to the hotel, again, patronizing you, giving some of his hard-earned money. Again, you in the business for profit. Well, when you start discriminating, then you start to make it where it's kind of like, well, I pick and choose which money I want. Again, I thought the color money was green. But again, we understand the dynamic and the history of this country and the vitriol that comes from other people because the simple fact that, well, you've been lied to. You've been told a lot of things that you think that you are, but maybe you're not. And then again, because when life don't go well for you, well, you're looking at the other opponent as if like he's the cause of your effects. Cause and effect, right? But that's never true, but that's just the way you take it. And so end up happening is, again, here's Earl, Hotel Earl, right? Again, they threw in that he worked for Amazon. Oh, that's supposed to really mean something, right? He worked at Amazon, but he worked in the Doubletree too, right? Okay, so they're saying he got another job he gonna go to as time go on. But again, if you just listen to that story I just did, it kind of said that he had asked the young man, did he know his room number? And he said he didn't know his room number. Why didn't he ask him, oh, you got a key? Okay, think about it. You're not from this town. You came from Washington. I'm not sure how many times the young man done been to Oregon. But again, somebody come to a hotel, maybe you don't think about numbers as long as you got the key. And if you had a problem, you don't have a key, where you gonna go? To the front desk, right? As long as you can show ID, and you know what I'm saying, all that can be worked out. So again, look at how the camaraderie when people are wrong. Okay? So the person at the front desk said, well, he wouldn't have told me to call 911 if Earl wouldn't do that. Well, Earl did do that, right? Earl did do that. Because again, if it's about the security, right, as if this man is a threat because he's on the phone, okay, there's a gray area in there. But there was a way you could have rectified that if that's what you truly wanted. But that's not what you wanted, Earl. Huh? Earl, don't you marry Pearl, huh? That old shit right there, huh? That's Earl, the country ass Earl, right? Doing that bullshit as usual. And so that's what happened, right? Oh, Earl, again, jurisdiction, he gets some little power, because again, power corrupts what? Absolutely. And give a little bit to a little bit with somebody who lives big dysfunctional and then going to abuse it. So again, you made this man humiliate this man. Police couldn't rectify, because again, we understand the police situation. The business calls, you got to deal with the situation. They ask you to leave the property. It's not like they can overrule them, right? So we can't kind of blame the police. They had to do, even though they probably just said, come on, we're going to do it anyway. We can't really work this out, because again, let's say, situation is no more hotel rooms. This man from out of town, what he supposed to do? Now, we know Oregon, again, the history of Oregon don't like niggas, right? Let's be honest about this shit. Oregon don't like niggas. It was in the setup when they set the whole shit up, right? Then they had that whole dispute about that. Matter of fact, Portland got something to do with the ports downtown. That downtown that was wrong there with the, yeah, come on, I know my history. Come on now, right? So that's what that was about, right? So again, you still had descendants of what has happened, transpired history, but everybody want to blame it on them that are no longer here. It's easy to put on the dead ones, but what about the descendancy? Have that just dissipated? Has that disappeared? No, it has not. You know it has not. So again, young man says he's going to get it to the fullest. Again, so what we see is now we see Doubletree coming out trying to, again, make some kind of peace out the situation. Well, you know, it's going to be, you're going to have to compensate that young man for the inconveniences. And then to put somebody on leave, you know how that old bullshit is. Leave with pay? Well, why are we on this? Why are we on that? How about this? Well, since we're talking about that same kind of situation, I got another. How about this story here? How about this? Let me pull this one up for you. Let me do this. Let's see if this will go. Well, you know I did this one, right? Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up. How about this? Let's do this. Right? I did this story the other day too, and I told it was on the countdown for him. But again, I'm looking at this. Right? Let's check this out. Well, did y'all see this? Yeah, I know you know that, right? Right? I'm going to pull that article right quick. And let me give you the backdrop on that. Right? Because that's what just came out today. Right? That's what came out today. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, let me pull that up because again, because you make me go so much out of my way to do what I gotta do. So sometimes I have to go through while I'm in the middle of the show, right? So let me see. All right, I got it right here. So here goes the article that says that you see there in front of you. It says, white referee fired after forcing black wrestler to cut dreadlocks. That's what I'm reading from. But originally the story says, on your screen says, white referee who forced black wrestler to cut locks fired by school district, right? So let me read you what it says here, right? It says, Alan Maloney, the white referee who forced Andrew Johnson, a black high school wrestler, to cut his dreadlocks before a match, will no longer work in the Buena Regional School District, according to Good Morning America. David Capaccio, New Jersey superintendent, decided at an early emergency meeting early this week. It says Maloney was placed on indefinite suspension after the dreadlock cutting incident was recorded and shared on social media. Cappuccino, I say his name, addressed the controversy in a letter of the high school website writing. The staff and administration within the Bueno Regional School District will continue to support and stand by all of our students and student athletes. Following the posting of the letter, a meeting was held at Bueno High for a vote on personnel matters. However, Cappuccino made a decision on the viral haircut before the group addressed it. He's done working with our district, the superintendent said, according to WPV. Right? Goes on, Mr. Johnson's family was at the meeting and their lawyer, Dominic A. Spazzali, said that the wrestler was emotionally drained from the embarrassing incident. Spazzali wrote in a statement, the blame here rests primarily with the referee and those that permitted him to continue in that role despite clear evidence of what should be disqualifying race-related transgressions. He continued, Andrew was visibly shaken after he and his coaches made every effort to satisfy the referee short of having his hair cut, but as captured on video, the unyielding referee gave Andrew 90 seconds to either forfeit his match or cut his hair. Under duress, but without any influence from the coaching staff or the athletic trainer, Andrew decided to have his hair cut rather than forfeit the match. The student athlete has also decided not to wrestle at an up-and-coming meeting because of the media attention. According to Spazzali, Johnson will return later in the season. The New Jersey Interscholastic Athletic Association and the school district are investigating the incident. The Johnson family will not hold any legal measures until then. Okay? So again, pattern, same type stuff. We got a little bit of power referee, right? You know the old referee with black and white jersey. As I say, he's not biased. Anybody who really plays sports know refs be biased. That's the symbolism, right? I don't care who wins. I don't care. Right. We see what was that referee that went to jail because he was telling that he was fixing the game? Yeah, I know, man. You know what I'm talking about, right? Every time he gets out, they lock his head right back up, right? Because they don't want you to know that shit ain't what they think it is, right? So here's somebody again. You put the onus on somebody who's not seasoned, right? What I mean seasoned is you ain't lived enough, right? You did that to Mr. Blow Mind, but like, man, take this goddamn match. They ain't cut my goddamn hair. Fuck you. That motherfucker didn't have no hair any goddamn way, right? Let's keep that shit real. The motherfucker ref, motherfucker was like Cookie with Bozo. For those who know what I'm talking about, Cookie, you know the Cookie. You don't like the truth. So you in here trying to cut the mic because you don't want to hear. See, Dracula don't like seeing himself, right? You don't like seeing yourself. Huh? Oh, I'm not understanding why he didn't use the cell phone like everyone else. Okay. Oh, you a girl? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought, okay. Sorry about that, sweetheart. Didn't mean to misrepresent your gender, okay? But we're all good. But again, they keep cutting my mic as you're seeing that, right? If you over here, this is the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. Why? Because we're going to keep it 100 over here. The problem is Dracula don't like seeing himself, right? See, think about that. You get angry when somebody tells the truth. Then don't you think that there's something wrong with you? Don't nobody like the truth. Don't get it wrong. Mr. Miller, I be having a problem too. Never telling the truth on me. Everybody get angry. But some things are just what it is, and this is too much of the preponderance of evidence for us not to invest it. So would you want us to just keep acting as if it's not happening? Matter of fact, a lot of people say we're not even worried about you changing. Say, well, we know, see, those who have a spiritualness will believe in the higher power. Those who don't give a fuck don't believe in that. Matter of fact, you throw the pitchfork up. Let me give y'all a little something to that. That who throw that pitchfork up, you think because, okay, we do all this fuck shit, we don't give a fuck, we hate the niggas that kill them and do all this shit, then fuck it, if we worship Satan, and Satan is going to be in hell, I go to hell, we'll be with Satan. But you won't know God's hand. You know what God might do to your ass? God might put you at the most place that you hate the most, and that might be around niggas for eternity, huh? You ever thought about Y'all think y'all can read hands. You can't. You can't read hands, but you so stuck in your ways. And that's what's so sick about yourself, right? You just gonna keep perpetuating the stuff, and it's like, damn, man, don't you see? It don't rationale nowhere in you. I don't rationale, but you good at pointing the finger and then you don't even look at the cause and effects of why when you say, well, okay, let's see. You want to talk about, well, niggas are all on welfare. Well, that's a goddamn lie. If you got 70% of the goddamn population, how the hell could niggas be there? All niggas doing that shit? Hell no. See, that's that myth in your mind about the people who run the shit that you thinking like that. So, because of your indiscretions and your lack of things, that's what you carry out. But you ain't hurt nobody but yourself. Life is short, dude. Death is long. Think about how you writing your, let me give you something else. You know the two most important things that's gonna be on your goddamn tombstone? You know what's gonna be the two most important things? The slash. In the middle, the date you was born and the date you died with that little slash, what did you do? Who was you? I know you don't believe in that. I know you don't believe in that. But again, you admire that which you hate so much. And if they telling you, you think they telling you wrong? Okay. Keep thinking that monkey shit and all that. Well, go ahead. Do what you gonna do. Because in the end, the inevitable, you by yourself, Chief. You by yourself. So y'all go ahead. Again, what was the joke that C.K. Lewis said? He said, it's great to be a white man, right? He said, I'm not saying it's better. He said, this way. He said, but he said, you know, later on they're going to fuck us in the ass, right? He said, but for now, we, right? We, have we now, right? Laugh now, cry later. Remember this, laugh now, cry later. All right, let's move on. I'm just gonna keep it 100. See, sometimes you need to have a friend that's gonna tell your ass the truth. Pull you by your coattail and say, man, you fucking up. That's some bullshit you're doing. No. You see, you want to play that game. But if we was to, again, the truth don't need no partner. And if you laid the truth out, you ain't gonna like. That's why you don't like the truth. Right? Because the truth is not gonna be what you thought you made yourself to be. All right, I don't need to preach no more. Let's get it on. Well, you know something that happened over in New York the other day? Everybody's talking about this little bit that was going on. Talking about, oh, it was a blue sky at night and everything. I was like, what the hell happened? What happened over there? Let me show you what happened and come on back over here. Let's take it out.
Breaking news, flashes of colored lights flood the sky over New York City, causing lots of concern. Breaking news, flashes of colored lights flood the sky over New York City, causing lots of concern and certainly many questions. Good evening, I'm Dick Brennan. Maurice and Christina are off tonight. Right now on CBS 2 and streaming on CBSN New York, a transformer explosion and fire at a Con Ed facility in Astoria, Queens. It happened about 9:15 tonight. There are no reports of injuries. There was a ground stop at LaGuardia. Operations are now getting back to normal, but there are delays. The fire also caused MTA outages affecting the 7 train. We have live team coverage beginning with Jessica Layton live in Astoria right now. Jessica, what can you tell us?
Dick, in the last 10 minutes, we saw 4 more fire trucks arrive here on the Con Ed property in Astoria, Queens. People gathering around are panicked and confused, and frankly, a lot of people still very uneasy, even despite that apparent explanation from Con Ed and from the city. These are people who heard that explosion, they felt the vibration, and they saw that bizarre light show in the sky tonight. And social media was lighting up with videos as well. So many videos of the sky over the East River looking in eerie blue and green. People also said they heard an explosion and felt that vibration around 9:15 tonight. Now, in this day and age, truly a frightening situation for people wondering what this could possibly be. No exaggeration to say that people were thinking everything from terrorism to aliens. Now, Con Edison is telling us it was a substation fire here at 20th Avenue and 32nd Street in Astoria that caused that large transformer explosion. The mayor tweeting, the lights in the sky were caused by the electrical surge. And I'm outside that facility right now in Astoria talking to people who've been gathering to try to find out exactly what is going on. This is Zayed with a group of his friends. Here you are. I'm sorry, buddy. And you live just less than a block away.
Right here, this building right here.
Tell me what you heard and saw.
All right, so I was playing PlayStation with him, and all of a sudden the power got cut off, in literally a second. Everything got cut off. So we got mad at first because we thought it was something with the building, and then we try to go on our phones. Our phones are like about to die and they're buffering. So me and him, it gets weird, you know. And he I called him, and he's on the bridge, and he tells me something, the sky's blue or something like that. I go up on the roof, me and him, and all we see right here is big cloud. Everything.
Right.
So everything just went up all of a sudden. So the whole entire sky went blue, and it transformed from here to all the way over there.
A lot of people were panicked tonight. Here's what others had to say.
Something like an explosion, like a fire, like a ball of fire. Boom. And one boom, and then boom, 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 boom.
I heard boom, 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 like that.
It was like a big boom at first, and then all I saw was blue, and then my lights flickered.
I saw everything blue light, and it scared me. Everyone had a lot of predictions, oh, it's aliens coming or invasion.
We were told the fire was brought under control pretty quickly and that nobody was injured. We're live in Astoria, Queens tonight. Jessica Layton, CBS 2 News.
All right, Jessica, thanks very much.
All right. So it looked like a Transformer probably did. And again, based on the programming of this country, people talking about aliens and all kinds of stuff. I mean, man, just the fragility of mind people got because, we live in a scary, dangerous place, right? People are always on edge because we got a lot of crazies, right? It's kind of like the jungle, right? Yeah, I know Jungle Bunny, right? It's like the jungle, right? You got all kind of predators and animals. It's about, dog eat dog and the survival of the fittest or any kind of thing that's out of the norm that somebody cannot, again, tabulate what that is. They go into what they say, fight, flight, flee, right? I think you either fight, flee, and another one is fornicate, but we ain't talking about that. That's everybody doing that, right? So it's fight or flee, right? So if your ass can't fight, your ass gonna flee, right? So that's what happened again. Most likely it was a transform. I had the article about it, but I ain't gonna get into all that again because I got a lot of stuff to do tonight. So that's what it is, right? So people got scared, didn't know. Again, so a lot of you still brand new. You ain't been around a little bit. That doesn't happen again. You see that with sometimes a telephone pole. Again, these days everything is about towers, right? But back in the day, the phone pole, wire come down, bust, going wild, better not get hit by your ass is dead, right? All kind of shit, right? So, people got scared, spooked, they heard the boom, 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 seeing like talking about a spaceship. I don't know why you were hearing about a spaceship. Watching too much damn movies, right? Thought Baba Yaga was coming to get that ass, right? All right, so that was what happened over there about that. And matter of fact, when you have situations like that, this is probably what happened. I think this story here is probably more relevant. That's why I don't want to read the article today. But I bet this is what kind of happened, right? This is what kind of happened. We done had this situation happen before, and that's my take on when you think about cell phones, right? What happens when something like this takes place? So let me show you, and I'll be right back. All right, show you this and be right back. Oh, it's not going to play. Oh, it's not going to play? Really? Really? All right, let me see if I can still pull it up. I don't understand why that one would not be pulling up. So let me do this first, y'all. Give me a little bit, because again, like I said, I'm always fighting over here because people don't like what I'm doing. And they got a problem with that, right? You got a problem. You got a problem with black news, right? I don't understand why you got a problem with black news. We watch white news all the time, and again, no fake news over here. We're gonna tell it like it is. Tell you to leave it alone, right? So let's see what's going on. Let's see if I can pull that again, because I'm trying to figure out why that is not there. So let's see. Okay, that's not it. No, that's not it either. All right, so give me a second. I got to find it because for some odd reason it's not playing. Yeah, because, y'all over here, your DOS attacking me. You're doing all kind of stuff, right? all kind of stuff. Again, that floats your boat to make you happy, like you're gonna somehow suppress the truth. Don't you know that it said that the truth is like a light? You can't situate it under a basket, because the light gonna shine regardless. Even if you try to snuff out the light still gonna get through. But y'all don't get that yet, huh? Still ain't got to that level yet. Still on that level of, kind of on fours and shit, right? You're just in a suit and shit, that's all, on a suit. You ain't really quite got to that level of understanding yet. You think everything is brute and guns and bombs and, and calling everybody niggers and all that shit. You think that's cute. That shit is played out, man. It's really played the fuck out. But you go ahead and keep on, just keep on. Because y'all don't believe. That's your problem. You don't believe. You don't believe. You don't hear. I think I got it here. No, that's not it. Maybe it's the next one. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Just be a little patient with me. Because, again, this is the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. Right? So let me see here. Let's see. There we go. I got it. All right. Look at that. See? I did it in real time. See? Made me had to work for it, but I'm going to pull it out anyway. That's what we do, huh? That's the thing. Y'all don't, you know who we are, but y'all try to act like you don't know who he is. All right, check this out. Here we go.
For the second day in a row, potentially millions of Americans dialing 911 would not have gotten
For the second day in a row, potentially millions of Americans dialing 911 would not have gotten this.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
An extensive outage at telecommunications company CenturyLink knocked some emergency call centers offline for certain callers around the country, highlighted in this map from the website Down Detector. In a series of tweets beginning late Thursday, CenturyLink said its engineers had, quote, identified a network element and that the problem would be restored within 4 hours. But today, more than 14 hours later, the company reported technicians were still working to restore services, announcing a fix an hour later. The head of the FCC announced an investigation, calling the outage completely unacceptable, its breadth and duration particularly troubling. CenturyLink has not provided details on what caused the disruption, and it's unclear if the outage prevented anyone from receiving emergency assistance.
95 Rescue Dispatcher 49.
Many of the affected emergency response agencies suggested people call their local police department's 10-digit phone number if they need help. With its 911 system out, Boston Fire tweeted a picture of its old street fire boxes, operational since 1852 in the case of an actual emergency. Ron Mott, NBC News, Chicago.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for
all right. So let's pull up what it said on what took place there. Let's see what they wrote on the article. It was in Fortune, right? Came out, says the FCC investigating link between 911 lines going down nationwide and CenturyLink's internet outages. You know I'm going to say that again. FCC's investigation link between 911 lines going down nationwide and CenturyLink's internet outages. Okay, and this reads like this. Some 911 emergency services in various parts of the country are inaccessible amid an ongoing internet outage from Louisiana-based CenturyLink, prompting a federal inquiry and rebuke. Calling the outage completely unacceptable, Federal Communication Commission Chairman Ajit Pai said Friday his agency has launched an investigation into the CenturyLink 911 outage in part of Washington State, Missouri, Idaho, and Arizona. When emergency strikes, it's critical that Americans are able to use 911 to reach those who can help, Pai said in a statement. The CenturyLink service outraged is therefore completely unacceptable, and in its breadth and duration are particularly troubling. I've directed the Public Safety and Homeland Security Bureaus to immediately launch an investigation into the cause and impact of this outage. This inquiry will include an examination of the effects that CenturyLink outage appears to have had on the provider's 911 services. I have also spoken with CenturyLink to underscore the urgency of restoring service immediately. We will continue to monitor this situation closely to ensure that consumers' access to 911 is restored as quickly as possible. The outage started Thursday morning and quickly spread beyond people's ability to watch online videos. Beyond the possible link to 911 services, the outage affects some ATM machines in Idaho and Montana. Additionally, as a result of the CyberLink troubles, Verizon said it had service interruptions in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and parts of Montana. CenturyLink did not reply to Fortune's request for a comment via Twitter. However, the company said it was seeing good progress in service restoration, but works is not complete. It did not give a projected time for when the issue would be resolved. All right, so again, technology has two foes. Has its good side, right? You get the, the accessibility, the instantaneous information, being able to, if you're from the old school, you was able to, had to go to either pay phone, right, or had to be at somebody's house, right? But this way, wherever you go, you got accessibility to be able to communicate, unless you got bad towers, right? So again, like what happened with 9/11, right? When you get flooded with so many people trying to call the same number, it can't handle it, right? And so when they talk about that 9/11 situation, they seen that the malfunctionness of people trying to communicate, because again, they was in dire need and scared and emergencies and so forth. 911 again came like with Flavor Flav. 911 is a joke, huh? Remember that? 911 is a joke. So it shows that technology, again, people just like you hacking my mic, you hack my computer so that they don't play right. You do all that stuff, right? So there is a vulnerability in technology. And you have crazy people, right, who will play with it. Now, see if this would happen, and I'll respond, right? So they're going to have a investigation, because they got to figure out, well, was that a cyber breach? Did somebody hack, again, a prank? Maybe somebody was young, fucking around and playing and got up into the system and did some shit, right? Okay, that could have happened. Or, right, it could have been Russia. Everybody put everything on Russia, right? It could have been Russia hacking you, or it could be ops, right? It was a test run, right? But again, people who, again, part of the transition, right? You have your baby boomer generation, you got your Generation X, you got your millennials and X and Y and all that, right? Certain people have never been doing the manual aspect. Again, how the system changed from analog to digital. Some people know about analog when it was just, again, common life, natural, just, if you went to library, you had a card catalog you went through manually, right? Now you just go to the computer and all this stuff, right? It's a lot instantaneous, right? But it makes you lazy, right? But then what you see is people, right? So dependent on it, that when it goes down, you can't function. Somebody got you so damn dependent, but if that goes down, you burn up. You all burnt up. You don't know how to function. You don't retain numbers in your head. Old school, I got numbers that I still know to this day of people, numbers I know that called them. I know it because it's in my head. Most of you live through your phone. If your phone goes, your memory and everything your life is in there. See? Transition and had it if this go down, they'll still be able to function. So a lot of the brand new ones out here, when it smell brand new, got the steel car, brand new car smell on you, you might have problems out here. So again, what we're looking at is 911 failed, and again, it won't be till later on, because again, with a situation like that, how many people probably needed 911 and couldn't get through? So did some people die today based on the fact of the failing of the 911 system? Maybe. To be continued, right? Maybe. You know how it goes. So since we're talking about failing of the system, right? Let me show you this. I got another story. Matter of fact, let's see. Pull this up. Let's see. Let's see how we're going to do this. I'm going to interject this in there, right? Let me see. I know I got it in here. Why is it way down there, though? All right, so this if I can find it. Hold on, give me a second. Be a little patient with me, right? Just be a little patient with me. Right, where is that at? Really? 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 That's way down? No, it can't be way down there. Come on now. Where is that at? Let's see. Maybe it's this one. Hold on. Let's see if that's it. There we go. How about this? Check this out. Let me let you see this first. Now check this out. Again, when you have system and you rely on things, right? And then let's say again change it from digital to analog or analog to digital, right? Well, look what I came across a story. Check this out. Well, hold on let me make sure I got the article before I do that, because I got to definitely have that one. Right, let me get sure I got the article for that one, right? Because this one here, this you got to ask yourself, why are they doing that, right? What's the purpose in it? Let's see. Let's see. No, that ain't there. It's not in there. Okay, it's not in there. So let's try this here. Hold on, give me 1 second. Be patient with me. Be a little patient, right? That's crazy, right? Really? Not there either? Y'all really going at me, huh? Y'all really making it hard for me today, huh? It's all right. Everything worth having is worth working for, right? All right, so let me see. All right, let's see, one more thing. Okay, hold on 1 second. Got it right here. There you go. Got it. Let's go. Let's get it. All right, so let me show you this one I'm talking about. So I was, again, as a media source, right? I'm always looking for stuff, but I came across this. Right? It says Southern California City to destroy police shooting records. You know I'm going to say that again. Southern California City to destroy police shooting records. This was done in the AP, December 23rd, 2018. And this is how it reads. Inglewood, a Southern California city, plans to shred more than 100 police shootings and internal investigation records ahead of a new state law that could allow the public to access the documents for the first time. The city of Inglewood made the decision at a city council meeting earlier this month, according to a report by the Los Angeles Times. The move is troubling to the civil liberties advocates who were behind the new law, which makes public internal investigations of officers involved shootings, other major uses of force, and confirmed cases of sexual assault and lying while on duty. The law takes effect January 1st. Inglewood's decision undermines police accountability and transparency against the will of Californians. Marcus Benigno, a spokesman for the American Civil Liberties Union of Southern California, said in a statement, the legislators passed the law because communities demand an end to the secrecy cloaking police misconduct and use of force, he said. Spokesman for the Inglewood Police Department, along with the Inglewood City Manager, Attorney Clerk for Council members, and Mayor James T. Butts, did not respond to requests for comments. Although California law required police departments to retain records of officers involved in shootings and internal misconduct investigation for 5 years, Inglewood has kept some records much longer than that. Some case files of police shootings date back to 1991. City Council approved the destruction of the record that had been in the police department possession more than 100 cases, longer than required by law. City documents describing the action makes no mention of the new law. Instead, the documents say the affected records are obsolete, occupying valuable space, and are of no further use to the police department. It's unclear whether the records have been destroyed. Police Department in California have a long history of destroying records and avoid scrutiny. In the 1970s, the Los Angeles Police Department destroyed more than 4 tons of personal records after defense attorneys began questioning them as part of criminal cases against their clients. The move resulted in the dismissal of more than 100 criminal complaints. In response, the California legislature demanded records be preserved, but took other measures supported by police unions to ensure the public had very little access to them. The new police transparency law is an attempt to unwind the previous legislation passed in 1978. Other police officials have been pushing back against the law. A San Bernardino police union is asking the state Supreme Court to find that the law should only apply to incidents that occurred in 2019 or later. Los Angeles Police Chief Michael Moore argues that applying the law to incidents older than 2019 could take hundreds of thousands of work hours. See? Again. As a person of the descendant of slaves, right? DOS, the greatest people who have created what is called the United States. I don't care about what you claim you've done. You've done nothing but just gone to the finances of my ancestors. You can hold the title for now. So you get the insurance holder. But, see, that's the problem here. See, people like to, again, the propaganda. You like to put DOS. Again, every nation has its bad apples. Let's get that right. Every nation has its bad apples. But some people in society want to decide and stigmatize just one particular people. Well, there's a cause and effect with these people. What's your problem? If them people are the, let me change this, okay? Right? If those people are the cause and effect of what history in this country have made, and no one has cured them, wouldn't it be obvious that they were going to have some kind of psychological and physical and mental and financial problems? And all they always talk about, oh, people IQ. Well, they didn't have the adequacy that you do, but what's your problem? Huh? Get what I'm saying? What's your problem? Well, they got a problem, and there's a cause and effect to it, right? So everybody wants to say, well, you're always lying. You're black people. If black people try to testify with black people, why are you lying? You know you lie for each other, as if you don't lie for your people, right? So when we had this dynamic of they show all black men and dealing with stuff with police and trying to make him, he's the Baba Yaga of the world, and that, oh, woe is, they never do nothing wrong. But here's the situation, and I guess if we just say here, I'm pretty sure we went to all the departments and go into those. We will find a lot of those records that no one wants to really go back. So they say, you know what, they're making a law here, and the public is going to get access to it. And you know they downplay by saying it's only 100. You know goddamn well, if we talking about from 1991 to 2018, that's 27 years, right? 27 years, you're going to tell me we got 100 cases? Full of shit, right? That's full of shit. Come on, let's keep that shit 100, right? So there's a lot of cases, again, if you went back and looked at, you might find out, again, when you talk about transparency, that people who might be locked up, you know, all kinds of shit that you don't want, again, exposing, again, what you would claim is the honor of what you wear. But it's not all of you, but it's some, and all it takes is a couple spoiled apples in the barrel to spoil the whole bunch, right? That's what they say, right? A couple bad apples will spoil the whole bunch. So if you go in there and you kind of start finding one, if you find one, you know you're going to find two. If you find two, you're going to find four. You find four, you're going to find 8. And how big you going to get? So let's just burn them. There's no reason to go back. Them people's life, and whatever done happened, or whatever was lied, or whatever had transpired, that's in the past. Let's start from 2019. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? But you always mad because if we sitting and we talking and we gonna tell the truth, you get mad. That sounds like when the old scriptures that a lot of people don't look at and don't even read. It's like a burning wreath on someone's head. You can't take it off. You're running and trying to get it out, trying to put it out because it's burning your head. Well, that's what the truth does. See, if you're supposed to be about merit, again, about law and justice and the woman and the balance of scale, but again, we know there's two sides. There's a two-sided country. There's a white country and there's a black country. There's some black people who could get in the white side as long as they kissing, booting ass and licking ass. They're all good. Yes, sir, massa. Yes, right, massa. I was good. You like that type, but if this type, you don't like him talking, nigga, you need to shut your goddamn nigger mouth. What the fuck am I saying that you don't like? Oh, you don't like that that's being said. Man, y'all some funny ass people. Really, you're funny ass people. But you don't want nobody to say that to you. Because again, you're emboldened about your nonsense that people have told you and you believe that. I'm going to say tell a lie long enough, you believe it, right? People who've been done so wrong, you can find so many of that nation of people still succumbing to you with compassion and heart, and you don't give a fuck because you still stuck on some shit that ain't true. Now again, I'm not here to advocate for you. I'm advocating for my own people. I'm here to inform my people. It's for you to do what you got to do for what you got to do, and we got to do what we got to do for what we got to do. Get it? All right. So let's move on, right? Let's move on. So again, I got to give you the bad and the good since we already in California. Well, check this one out. I was like, God damn, really? This here. Well, I got a cure for that again. So some people say, well, you always talking about, hey, when wrong is wrong, wrong is wrong. But I still got something I want to look at this, and maybe there's something to this, right? So let me show you this. Come right back. Check this out.
22-year-old man is recovering after he was brutally beaten with a brick while taking a walk. 22-year-old man is recovering after he was brutally beaten with a brick while taking a walk on July 4th. Rodolfo Rodriguez suffered broken ribs, broken cheekbone, and bruises from the incident.
CBS Los Angeles' Rachel Kim spoke with the man's outraged family.
92-year-old Rodolfo Rodriguez is in pain after a vicious attack. Broken ribs, a broken cheekbone, bruises all over his body. This normally healthy and active grandfather says it all started just before 8 p.m. on July 4th as he went out for a walk in Willowbrook. On the sidewalk, he says he bumped into a little girl as he was trying to get around her. That's when he says this woman, believed to be the girl's mom, threw him to the ground and started hitting him with her fists, then a brick.
I'm just overwhelmed of how anybody can actually do this to any human being at all. He's 92 years of age. There's no harm that he meant in general for you to treat him the way you did.
Eric Mendoza says his grandfather doesn't speak English and had no idea why he was attacked. But this woman we'll call Catherine told us she was driving by and saw the whole thing. She said a group of men soon joined the woman in the assault, so Catherine got out of her car, took the woman's picture, and asked her why.
When I take the picture, she say, oh, he tried to touch my girl. I saw everything. This is lying.
Catherine says she also heard what the woman was saying to Rodolfo.
Go to back to your country. Why you here and bad things.
Eric is still in disbelief. He doesn't understand how the woman and the other men could do this to his defenseless grandfather for accidentally bumping into the little girl.
I just want to know what was going through her mind.
If you recognize that woman in the picture or have any information, please call detectives here at the Sheriff's Department's Century Station. Also, if you'd like to help the family out with medical expenses, go to our website, cbsla.com, for a link to their fundraising site. Reporting in Linwood, Rachel Kim, CBS 2 News.
All right. So we see that something transpired that made a mama went the old school route, got a brick. I don't know where you live at. I don't know. It's hard as fuck to find a brick. Back in the day, get a bottle, bust somebody say, get a bottle, bust their head, get a brick or a rock. Shit, that's one of the hardest shit to get. I don't know where she had that perfectly flat brick from, right? So again, let's look at the situation here. Again, we don't condone the violence, right? And there's some situation when violence is needed. Now again, we wasn't there. Right? So let me give what they said in the story, other than the fact that what you got from the video, right? So it says, woman pleads no contest in brick attack on 91-year-old man in Willowbrook. Let me say that again. Woman pleads no contest in brick attack on 91-year-old man in Willowbrook. This was done by KTLA Los Angeles, December the 27th, 2018, and this is how it reads. Los Angeles man or woman who attacked a severely injured 91-year-old man with a brick in Willowbrook is expected to face 15 years in prison after pleading no contest to an elder abuse charge on Thursday, authorities said. Rodolfo Rodriguez, 92, thought they said it was 91, recovered on July 6, 2018, 2 days after he was brutally attacked while walking in South Los Angeles. LaQuisha Jones, 30, also admitted to a special allegation that she used a dangerous weapon in the crime, as well as a prior conviction for making criminal threats in 2017. The Los Angeles County District Attorney Office said in a written statement. Under the negotiated plea deal, Jones is expected to receive a 15-year state prison term when she returns to Los Angeles County Superior Court for sentencing on February 28th. District Attorney Office spokesman Ricardo Santiago said the attack occurred on July 4th at 118th and Robin Streets in Willowbrook, prosecutors said. A witness told CNN the attacker told the victim, then 91 years old, Rodolfo Rodriguez, to go back to Mexico during the beating. Rodriguez was visiting family in Willowbrook from the Mohican, Mexico, when he was beaten, family members said. Authorities did not prosecute the attacks as a hate crime. It was apparently prompted by the woman's belly that Rodriguez had bumped into her daughter. Los Angeles County Sheriff Department investigators said Rodriguez said he did not bump into the girl. Rodriguez suffered injuries including a broken jaw, broken cheekbone, broken ribs, and many bruises, his family told CNN. Sheriff deputies arrested Jones in connection with the crime 6 days later. She was initially charged with attempt murder in addition to elder abuse. The attempted murder charge was dropped on Thursday in negotiated plea arrangement, according to Santiago. If she had been tried and convicted as originally charged, Jones could have faced up to 29 years, life in state prison. No winners in this. No winners. And again, we weren't there, so we had to speculate, you know, how it is, your story versus my story. And again, we had a third party, somebody who was observing. But again, I would have to say, and again, I'm not saying this again, I have no horse in the race, but to say, well, you know, again, that person that was the third party was also of the same ethnicity. And accordingly, she said she went with that. Again, I'm not saying that didn't happen. I'm just trying to figure out, LaQuisha had to be crazy as all fuck to have had a damn brick and going ham like that. But then didn't they say there was some other people there? Didn't they say there was some other men that did this shit too? How come they ain't being charged? Or did somebody again embellish the story again, trying to make black people to be Baba Yaga, right? Now again, we don't condone the fact that what she did, that shit is not merited again. Due to the historical, a lot of the shit, crack that fell in the 80s and so forth. You're going to have a lot of our people a little bit off like that. And don't take much due to history and the way the oppressiveness is in this land. People are hair triggered. Don't take much, right? And so again, we weren't there. One story said, well, he bumped into her. Another story said, well, he kind of tried to feel on her little daughter. Again, you have to ask them, you know, like animals, right? You know what I'm saying? You see an animal and a cub, and motherfucker trying to mess with the cub and shit. The mama bear will go through hell and hell water to protect her cub. And that's what that looked like. But again, the story said the other people had jumped in, but I ain't hearing no other names, right? Now, again, we don't condone the fact, because again, you're supposed to respect your elders, but if elders are not respecting worthy, and then they're crossing a certain line, but I don't think you go to that extent. I think it could have been another way, but again, did that happen? Or did she misinterpret the situation? Only them two really know what transpired, right? But again, this woman here, based on what she did, and again, she fits the stereotype anyway, right? You know, she kind of fit that stereotype that a lot of people, you know, ain't your mama, all that shit y'all want to put on that. She fits that type, right? So it's easy to do that. And as a matter of fact, she going before the motherfucking judicial system and the names is in there, Santiago and all that shit. Well, you knew you burn up, right? They're going to give you attempt murder, and then they had to do that other one on it to put some time on it, which is abuse of an elder, right? You know, it's kind of like when people have, you know, loved ones that be in convalescent homes, old folks' homes, that some people call, right? And then they go in there and they got people in there beating them up and mistreating them and all that stuff, right? You'll get some time for that. So they tacked it on, right? Because, I mean, yeah, he did look, you know what I'm saying? He looked beat up. He sure did look beat up. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, again, justice will prevail on that. Again, you do something like that, then again, you get merited what's rightfully due. But you know who loses out even more? I mean, that's a strong ass old man. Real talk. That's a strong ass old man. 92 years old and getting bricked up like that. Not that we liable to condone the shit, but I'm just saying, shit, most of us would have been dead. Huh? She lucky he didn't die. He was strong as fuck. But you know who gonna lose out? That little girl. That little girl gonna lose out. Whatever really transpired, other than the fact that really took place. If the mama overreacted, you understand? Then that's a tragedy. And I'm gonna lose the mama. Mama gonna, you know, go up into the state, do her bid. Baby girl gonna go into whoever else. Now, whatever way, again, maybe it might save her, because if the mama hair triggered and she did that, then maybe somebody else raised she, you know, may break the cycle, right? But again, we don't condone that kind of shit, right? Matter of fact, I got another story. Matter of fact, let me show you this. This here, I got this one. I'll check this one out. Check this out. This here is like this is what should happen when you do this. See, this is what they call own code, right? They have family honor, right? You heard that before? Family honor, right? You know, due to the fact that we've been transported, kidnapped, oppressed, changed of our name, robbed, and some of us, we even lost our minds, right? You heard that before, right? So, with that being said, the code we don't have, right? We lost that, right? But I seen this story here, right? Check this out. Look what it says here, right? You see that? It says 4 cousins shot dead in Pakistan over family honor on orders of village council, police say. You know I'm going to say that again. 4 cousins shot dead in Pakistan over family honor on orders of village council, police said. This was done in the Independent. This was done on December 23rd, 2018, and this is how it reads. 4 cousins were shot dead over family honor on the orders of a village council, police in Pakistan said. The bodies of the victims, 2 men and 2 women aged between 18 and 21, were found on Friday near their remote mountain village in the northwest of Pakistan. District police said Raja Abdus Sabur said 1 man had been arrested for his involvement in suspected honor killings. But police officers are still searching for others involved in the murder near Peshawar. Honor killings among Christian communities shocked southern India. The same story or the different story? Okay. There's more to this. Okay, check this out. More than 1,000 women are killed every year in the conservative Muslim majority country over suspicion they engage in relationships that went against the family's wishes. Damn, getting you what? You married by your family, one boy. You got it good in America, don't you? Perceived damage to a family's honor can involve eloping and fraternizing with men. 2012, 5 women were killed in the same region for cheering male dancers during a wedding. 150, 23 December 2018. An aerial photo shows damaged buildings in Karita after the area was hit by a tsunami on, what is this? Wait a minute. Oh, the voice here that it was, maybe that's something. Okay, there's some other stuff. Okay, we're talking about this honor killing, right? 4 cousins shot dead. The council had added that what they had did, family dishonor. When you put your family's honor on the line, some countries have where you get off. Think about that, family. You know, again, black people gonna maybe one day have to have civil war amongst each other, right? We're gonna have to purge some of the riffraff, right? Because family honor has been tainted, right? Boy, if you was in India, you get it. Oh, they trying to cut me out. I see you cutting. I'm gonna wait. Ain't that something? Wow, you don't want me talking that. Look at that. I know. Is it cutting? I've seen it cutting. I'm looking at it. Wow. Huh? See, some people really don't want black people to change. It's really beneficial for some people for black people to be dysfunctional, right? So let me check and see if I'm real, because I see it on my screen. I see what you're doing. I see it already. Let me see. All right, let me go and check this right quick. Hold on, y'all. I see it on my screen. I see it stuttering, so I know that means that everything I'm saying is stuttering, right? So let me check right quick, y'all. Hold on. Give me one quick second. Yeah. We know. Hey, some people always say they want you to be better, but they don't really want you to be better, do they? Let's see. So let me check and see. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're stuttering me. You're stuttering me. Oh, I see it on the screen. There ain't nothing wrong with my system. You see? Some people think that they want us to actually. Oh, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it out. Yeah, it's obvious what you're doing. Ain't that something? That's the devil in you. That's the devil in you. You sit here because you don't want my message to be said. Ain't that something? See, a lot of people think that you would like to keep us in the light that you got us in, but you really don't want us out of that. Because if we came out of it, the economics that you gain from the dysfunction would no longer exist, right? So you don't want that kind of message. So you're in here DOS attacking my system so that it was stutter. Shame. Shameful. All right, let's see. Well, let's see. Let me just do this. How about I do this? Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can counter what you're doing. Let's see if I got a counter move. Let's see if I can counter move you right quick. Let's see. Come on. Let's see if I can counter you. You in here actually doing it because you don't want nobody to say what they saying. That is, huh? But you swear down that, no? You swear down, huh? Oh, he exists out here. He exists. So let me see something here. Let me see if I can counter you. Just be patient a little bit, peoples. Right? Just be a little patient. Because, see, they going to keep doing that. Trying to make it seem like it's my system. Ain't nothing wrong with my system. But let's see. Let's see if I can counter you. Let's see what we're going to do here. Let's see. Right? Oh, Mr. Diablo, huh? Mr. Old Diablo, huh? Let's see if we can get rid of Mr. Diablo, huh? Let's see if we can get rid of Mr. Diablo. Hey, we get rid of Mr. Diablo. He's still stuttering me up, huh? He's still stuttering me up. Shameful. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, right? You ought to be ashamed of yourself, but that's not who you are, right? You ain't really. Mr. Old Diablo, huh? Let's see if we get rid of Mr. Diablo. All right, Mr. Diablo, I got you out of there, right? Now, see, we lost that honor we had, right? We lost that because why? Some people would prefer for us to stay in a dysfunctional state because it's lucrative, right? Very lucrative to keep black people dysfunction and all that, and yet plaster them and poster them on TV as the dredge of the planet. Makes you feel good. Makes you look like you're better. But there's a cause and effect when it comes to dealing in that. And that's something you never want to deal with, right? That's something you don't want to deal with. So you rather try to do this. So you ran across that, right? Okay. So anyway, so here they have in their country, they have a family honor. Well, they'll take something like him or somebody will do that and they'll off them because you bring in a bad name to the family. Matter of fact, when I was coming up, that's the way it used to be, right? You didn't do shit because you didn't want to bring shame to your family's name. Now, this might be in India, but you would have never thought that they did that amongst black Americans. That's been lost because, again, black people went through Hiroshima, Nagasaki in this land. And they call what you say today that you're going through with heroin, we went back through it in the 80s and 90s called crack. And there was no legislation to fix it other than incarcerate you. There was nothing to giving you to try to help you. It was just you were going to be fucked up and just live with it, right? And so because of that, it gutted out, and there's a lot of people who died, and there's a lot of people who got on there who lost their mind. And so you had a younger generation with an older generation, and then legislatively things have changed so that they couldn't really, rear them, and this is what you breed. But we had this at one time, family honor. We're trying to restore it once again. But we know this restoring it is detrimental. As much as everybody would make you think that they would prefer that black people pull themselves up by their boots and be independent and do what they own, but at the very core of them, that ain't what they really want. That's just a front job. It's just a front job. Because you know why? See, you could give some people a lemon and they don't know what to do with it. But you give other people the lemon, they'll turn that lemon into maybe jam. They may turn it to lemonade. They may make a pie. You never know because they got that in them. See? So you have to keep them in the relevant position. So again, you don't want to see that because you know the potential is always there. Because they've been fighting. Imagine you have all these obstacles that keep you from doing shit all your life. And then another person look at you. But he won't say the fact that all the shit he's really doing. It's like yesterday. Matter of fact, I may pull that one again. I might pull that one out again. But anyway, so again, let's just say what happened with the situation with the elder. If he was in India, that'd have been it. They didn't need to go to court. The council was going to say, family honor, boom, gone, right? So I'm just saying, black folks, maybe we need to look at that. Maybe we need to look at that. About family honor need to come back once again. Because see, you've been following people who leading you in the wrong direction, trying to have you do things that are not beneficial to you, but beneficial to them, right? So if you don't go with it, then they have problems with it. And then every time you try to do something being your own, then again, they come and they try to trash that, right? So again, it's kind of like that movie Misery Love Company, right? Or Kathy Bates. Oh, Paul, I love you, Paul. Hobble his ass. Put the wood between his leg and so his ass can't escape, huh? Every time, putting pills in his shit, right? Tying his ass up, huh? But Paul, I love you. That's the kind of relationship we got here, right? Misery Love Company, right? Because Misery will have to deal with itself. He'd be like Ouroboros, right? What's that snake that eat his own self? I know. Moving on. Let me look at the crowd and see what's going on out here. Let me see who there. I got a couple people in the house. I got a couple people in the house. Let's see who I got up in here. Leonard the Yuta. They hating again. You know, they always hate Leonard the Yuta. You know they always hate. This is the most hated show in the black corner of the internet. Because again, I don't talk like everybody else. I got true love for my people. I take and show them. And it's like, hey, they think no, it ain't about no hate. Vampire got to see himself. That's the problem these days. Vampire don't see himself, so he's so good at seeing your reflection and telling you about him. But when he don't look at himself and realize that maybe the problem might just be you. Maybe the problem is just you. Anyway, so let me get back to the show. I want to thank y'all, Meta Simlakos, the sister out there. That's good. I'm glad you're still here. So I hope you will subscribe to me, unless you're an agent. Anyway, let's move forward. All right, so what else I got in here? Well, let's put this one on. Well, let's see here. What about this one here? Let's see. What is this? Well, let me play this and come right back. How about that?
Suspect 2 defendant, a local woman charged with attempted murder in the brutal beating of a
Suspect 2 defendant, a local woman, is charged with attempted murder in the brutal beating of a 92-year-old man with a brick.
Prosecutors say the woman also has a prior criminal record of threats.
And CBS 2's Christy Fajardo is live at Compton, where the woman just entered a plea in this case. Christy.
Yeah, that's right. Prosecutors say that LaQuisha Jones was already on probation for making criminal threats last year. Today, the judge revoked that probation, and he also set bail on the new charges at more than $1.1 million. LaQuisha Jones hides behind her lawyer in a Compton courtroom, but this image, believed to be the 30-year-old, has gone viral, and so have photos of her alleged victim. Now Jones is charged with attempted murder and elder abuse in the July 4th assault of a 92-year-old Latino man in Willowbrook.
I'm just overwhelmed of how anybody can actually do this to any human being at all. He's 92 years of age. There's no harm that he meant in general for you to treat him the way you did.
That was the victim, Rodolfo Rodriguez's grandson. The elderly man suffered broken ribs and a cheekbone. He says he had gone out for his daily walk when he bumped into a little girl. That's when he says the woman in the photo started beating him with her fists, then a brick. A witness reported some men also joined in the attack and said Jones was yelling at Rodriguez.
Go to back to your country. Why you here? But back then, when I take the picture, she say, "Oh, he tried to touch my girl."
Deputies say they didn't find evidence the crime was motivated by hate, but have not given any details on what may have prompted the attack. As for Jones, at her arraignment, she entered a not guilty plea and made it clear she wanted nothing to do with our cameras. Jones is due back in court on the 26th. Live in Compton, Chrissy.
Another part to that one again. So she again still going to court. Got a $1 million bond, right? But that brother, the Chinese, what his name, Yakai Yang, 200,000, got the bond. He was trying to get up out of Dodge, right? We two Americas, y'all. Again, when we guilty, but when we innocent, we still guilty, right? I got something about that too, right? Again, let me moving on. Let's look at this, right? How about this here, right? I seen this today, and again, I believe there's something. There's always something true to this, because again, on some kind of mind altering, right? The way people move and the way they do things, you got to ask yourself: is that natural, or is that some programming stuff going on, right? So this story came out today, so let me play it for you and be right back. Check this out.
Just how far has the Central Intelligence Agency gone in its attempt to understand and
Just how far has the Central Intelligence Agency gone in its attempt to understand and create new mind control technology? New details are coming out in a trove of declassified documents that the agency has kept secret for years. RT's Rachel Blevins has more.
A new series of documents have been released that appear to give insight into the CIA's gruesome and disturbing mind control experiments. The latest release is comprised of 800 pages that include diagrams, diary logs, and letters detailing the results of experiments conducted as part of Project MKUltra. The documents reveal that dogs were the subject of some experiments seeking to establish mind control technology in the 1960s. In a program that was deemed successful, a number of devices were tested on the dogs with the goal of controlling their movements, using implants and electrical stimulation of the brain. The documents were published online by the Black Vault, which describes itself as the largest online Freedom of Information Act document clearinghouse in the world. They reveal that mind control techniques using drugs were also used on prison inmates at the time, with agents using experimental drugs on prisoners who had been hospitalized. The drugs were administered forcefully and without consent from the subjects, with the goal to reduce inhibition to revealing self-incriminating information during interrogations while the inmates were awaiting trial. The documents also detailed the CIA's interrogation practices. Forms of physical, psychological, and mechanical torture included everything from threats to drugs that caused pain to truth serums that were forcibly used on subjects. Now, the CIA also sought out hypnotic speaking techniques to control large audiences. And the hundreds of documents give insight into and dogs. Now, while it isn't clear if the CIA is still using the same mind control techniques today, these documents do give insight into a world that was hidden from the public for more than 60 years. In Washington, Rachel Blevins, RT.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.
All right, boy, they tried to knock me all the way off, didn't you? Huh? Funny, man. I don't get it. This is public information. There ain't nothing that I'm getting that is not public information. Huh? If it's on there in RT, why you over here trying to DOS attack me, knock me off? What is it? Well, tell RT, don't put that shit out here. I read, I look at stuff, so I got a channel. So what you think I'm going to do? It's information to be disseminated. It's public information, right? So again, you got to ask yourself, now who are the most incarcerated people in this country? And you're doing that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, no, you know, man, it's shameful, man. You look yourself in the mirror every day, right? Tell yourself one thing, but you know you're something entirely different. And you gotta tell yourself all that other stuff, otherwise that's the only way you make it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, you make people walk around here thinking that the onus is on them, like they're doing something to themselves, when it's like other things that's being done to them. Right? That's what you do, man. And you, it's just funny, man. I mean, it's public information. You in here trying to DOS knock me off because you didn't want that. Again, what makes you think anybody hitting that? They already seen that already. You make sure nobody don't come over here to see this channel. Anyway, you got me on a block on the dead end, right? Somebody who come on every day, 2 to 3 hours, but can't get past 100, 150 views. That day you try to slip me out a little bit, it got 300, y'all went back, put me back. I'm gonna let it be known, I know what the game is, man. I know what the game is with y'all. I already know what this whole thing is about, right? We know what this whole thing is. This is all you're trying to monitor, but you found the right one. You found the right one. You found him. You found the right one. So you don't let anybody, again, if I was doing all this nonsense, right, doing kitty shit and doing fuck shit and arguing, fighting and cussing at each other, that would be appropriate. I would probably have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, wouldn't I? But because I'm going to take the information that is public information and I'm just going to disseminate it and put it as a channel, you do everything or you have problems with that. Truth don't need no partner, homie. It's always going to be what it is. And remember, the inevitable happens to all of us. All of us. You know them who just left not too long ago? If he could get 1 second to come back, he would tell you, stop this shit. But he can't tell you that now. He gone. Right? He gone now. And you will have to embrace that day your damn self. See, what you can't... You can kill the body, but you can't kill that who give the soul and the spirit. As much as you don't want to believe, you don't have to believe the writings It's just that you think this all, you want to believe everything manifests from trilobites, a fish that walked on land that turned. You want to believe in all that? You go right here. You want to believe some Darwin bullshit? You go right on here. You go right on here with that shit. You go right on here with it. So, let's get back to the show, y'all. We have experiments being done that they want to attribute that was back in the 60s. Anything that you living in the modern era, shit is being done, but you just don't know what it is, but the people come behind you will know what they were doing to you. Yeah? That's how it goes. Those that was in the 60s, those who came by the 80s, they learned about COINTELPRO, right? Those in the 80s that were going through and whatever the hip-hop and all this shit is being used for, it haven't been disseminated to understand that. They call it COINTELPRO now, right? And they got something behind that again and doing something else again, okay? But you don't know what it is right now. By the time go on, those behind will come back and say, this is what they were doing. The truth, you can't suppress the truth. Now, again, I know that they're doing all kind of things because, again, they want to alter your mind, right? They want to give you the chip so they can alter and, make you automaton. Look that up, automaton, right? You want to be a fucking automaton. What kind of fun is that? You the only motherfucker in your might state, and you got everybody fucked up, docile, not them damn self, and you feel good? I don't understand that shit. Somebody who don't like natural competition. Like, you always got to stack the fucking deck. You got to always do some shit to put you in the favor. What? That sounds like somebody who's weak. Think about that. Somebody who cheats all the goddamn time, lies all the goddamn time. Then you have to say, damn, man, ain't nothing straight about you? Why can't you do nothing straight? Oh, because you understand the deficiency. Okay. You know, it's kind of like if those who play the gaming, right? You went in the gaming and shit, you get out there, you play the game. They got so many of these little young bums today, they out here cheating their ass off, and they will talk with a straight fucking face like they're good. And you be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're cheating your ass off. But I won. See, that's the mentality you create. Right? That's the kind of that's the reality you create. Right? That's the world you want to live in, the fuck shit like that. And that is good for you. Funny shit, man. Funny shit. It's funny. Moving on. I ain't got to say too much with it. That is already self-explanatory. That ain't nothing new. Right? That ain't nothing new. So when you got people altered in their minds and fucked up like this is the kind of shit that you end up probably having right here. So I got two back-to-back stories on this one, right? I gotta say what was on their motherfucking mind when they pulled. Oh, hold on, slow your roll. Oh, slow your roll. Come on.
A woman allegedly
Don't
cut
get no
off the
sneak
penis of a
previews
man
before it's
who had been
time. We will sell no wine before it's time, right? So check it out. Let's see if I can get it right over here. Yeah, boy, y'all doing all kind of shit. Y'all got all my shit rigged up. You know that day y'all had my shit off all that damn time? Y'all was in here fidgeting with my shit. Y'all, my shit gotta ask me to be it when I'm on, so just letting you know. I know all the shit you're doing, man. Come on, man. Y'all ain't sneaky. I mean, y'all think y'all, but it's obvious, man. How can today's technology be raggedy like this? Well, check this out, y'all. Be right back. Check this out. Funny, man. There you go. Go ahead. There you go. Freeze me up, baby. There you go.
Her husband's penis. KTLA's Wendy Birch is live in Garden Grove.
There you go. Do what you do. Do what you do. Check this out.
A woman in Garden Grove who's been accused of cutting off her husband's penis. It's pretty graphic. A woman in Garden Grove who's been accused of cutting off her husband's penis. KTLA's Wendy Birch is live in Garden Grove. The latest on this story. Wendy.
Good morning, Frank. Yes, this is a very difficult story to report on. We're here in Garden Grove, right near the condominium complex, where Catherine Becker is said to have cut off her husband's private parts, and what she did with them from there is even more gruesome. So gruesome that the DA is looking at charging her with aggravated mayhem, which means if she's convicted, she could spend the rest of her life in jail. Investigators believe Catherine Q. Becker had a plan that was calculated. They say she served her husband dinner laced with drugs in their Garden Grove condominium Monday night. When her husband passed out, she tied him to their bed, and just as he was waking up, she allegedly cut off his penis with a very sharp 10-inch kitchen knife, then threw his body part in the garbage disposal before calling 911. Officers say when they arrived, Becker answered the door. She was calm, and she told police, quote, he deserved it. Officers found her husband bleeding from the groin and took what remained of his body part from the disposal, turning it over to paramedics.
She actually, to me, put it in there to destroy it. So, I mean, for her to turn it on adds a little bit more.
Needless to say, neighbors in and around the Flower Tree condominium complex were shocked to learn what had happened.
I can't imagine people can do things like that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Is everybody talking about this around the neighborhood?
Everybody talking about that when we hear in the news. But and I'm so sorry for the men.
We're shocked and scared. You know? Luckily, I just single. I had no woman around.
You're a single man. Now, the husband, all of this, is recovering. He's in an area hospital. He wishes to remain anonymous. We expect Catherine Becker to be arraigned sometime today for the charges against her. And it's worth noting here that this couple had been married for only about a year and a half. And last May, he had filed for divorce. Reporting in Garden Grove, Frank, I'll send it back to you.
Wendy, thank you.
An Indian woman allegedly cut off the penis of a man who had been stalking her before rushing him to hospital to save his life, police said. The 47-year-old married woman and two men lured her neighbor to an isolated spot near some railway tracks in Mumbai, tied him to a tree before hacking off his genitals, police said today. The 27-year-old neighbor had sought sexual favors from the woman and told that her husband he was in love with her, which led to a fight between the couple. The woman, who is a mother of two, then allegedly sought help from two young men in the neighborhood. They contacted the victim and lured him to an industrial zone in Dombivli, a suburb of Mumbai, on Tuesday, an officer added. The woman then took the lead in cutting off the stalker's genitals in the street before rushing him to hospital. The woman and her alleged accomplices were arrested by Manpata police later on Tuesday on suspicion of attempted murder. Senior Inspector Gajanan Kabjul said, "We have arrested the woman and two accomplices, and she has accepted it was her plan to chop off the stalker's penis because of his constant harassment." We recovered the knife and genitals, and all three accused are in police custody. Local media reported that the woman told police she did it to teach a lesson. Police have not officially named the woman or the stalker, but confirmed an investigation is underway. A police source told the Times of India Poojar was in love with the married woman and had been pestered her for sexual favors. he had been stalking her despite his advances being rejected. Media reports also said the injured man underwent life-saving surgery. The man is stable now and recuperating in hospital, but his family is in shock, Abdul said. In 2017, an Indian woman cut off a man's penis after he tried to rape her at her house in the southern state of Kerala. India has a grim record of sexual violence. On average, more than 100 rapes were reported each day in 2016, according to the most recent official figures.
All right. I gave you the article to that. I gave you two different stories. One I had to show. I had to show that one that had been. That was a little while back when they threw the penis up into the blender. That one there. That was crazy as hell. But anyway, woman cuts off alleged stalker's penis, then rushes him to the hospital. You know I'm gonna say that again. Woman cuts off alleged stalker's penis, then rushes him to the hospital. This was done in the New York Post. This was done December the 26th, 2018, and this is how it reads. A woman in India chopped off her stalker's penis and then rushed him to the hospital to save his life, police said Thursday. The 47-year-old woman and two male accomplices lured her creepy neighbor to an isolated industrial area in Mumbai Tuesday before hacking his genitals with a knife, authorities said. We recovered the knife and genitals, and all three accused are in police custody. Senior Inspector Gijani Kadur told agents France Presses. The 27-year-old neighbor had been sexually harassing the married mother of two, even telling the woman's husband he was in love with her, leading to a fight between the couple. The woman decided to take matters into her own hands because of his constant harassment. Kabdul said she allegedly sought the help of two young men in her neighborhood to restrain her stalker as she hacked off his manhood. The injured man is stable and recuperating in a local hospital following life-saving surgery, authorities said. His family is in shock, Kabdul said. Authorities haven't named any of the people involved. In 2017, an Indian woman cut off a man's penis after he tried to rape her in her home in Kerala. India has a grim record of sexual violence with more than 100 rapes reported there every day in 2016. Women in India struggle to secure prosecution for sexual attacks because authorities are ambivalent activists charged. All right, so we had before that we're talking about mind control, right? You know, again, people having, you know, remote controlled and being, you know, remote control way, right? So again, what does it take? A woman, a female that might be listening. Yes, men can hurt your heart, but you know, it goes vice versa. Men go through the same thing, but I don't think I've ever heard a story where a man just cut out a woman's vagina. Right? So, yes, men have prowess and they try to do things that, again, conquering and, you know, he going through that, growing to maturity, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and even when you get older, sometimes you want to even say, hey, I still got it. You know what I'm saying? You might see a little young piece. Be like, oh, I think I'm an old man. I'll show you something, right? So that's what it was. In this case, it was vice versa. Young man seen an older one, but he already got. But this situation here happens a lot in this country, right? I don't come people, hey, sweet, you know, I think they call it cat calling. Back in the day, you know, they spitting that game, right? I'll speak that game to you, sweetheart. Shakes, the fries come with them shake. You know, a lot of little stupid ass shit we used to say, right? So here's a woman, again, because of their culture, you know, saying this is a violation. You don't come to me, you know what it is. You say I got children, so you know got to be a man somewhere. Don't respect that. Now, again, you know, sometimes you know, women be in relationships, men be in relationships, and then, you know, somebody is giving some attention to them. You know, you like, everybody likes a little attention, right? But then, you know, motherfuckers is being persistent and a little pushy. You like, look, man, look, I like the flattering. I like the, you know, we sitting here flirting with each other. It's all cool, but we can't do that. I ain't trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody I love and I'm trying to be with. You're not respecting that. So he persisted to the fact that it's annoying. So she put the game to him. She's like, I'm gonna get two ruffian motherfuckers in my neighborhood. Hey, look, I'm gonna throw some cash to you. You help me get this motherfucker. I'm gonna take him over to this area, this industrial area. I'm gonna get him to take his clothes off, hold that motherfucker down, and I do the rest. Right? And cut my man off, cut his manhood off, huh? Matter of fact, what they call that? What they call that? The castrating, and then they call you. What is it? They call that with the? Oh man, I got a picture in my head. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, you know they would have the African or the Muslim, right? He would be able to take care of the harem, right? Because they castrated him, right? Because they ain't got to worry about him getting none. But that don't mean he was still getting something. He just wasn't getting it that way. You know what I'm saying? So I guess if you're doing that, so all right, but long as you can't do that, right? I can't. Damn, why I can't think of the damn term, man? Come on, roll the decks a little slow right now. But y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So that's what they did to him. Turned him into. I almost said it. Damn, it almost came out. That's what did. Turned his ass into one of them, right? And now, for the rest of his life, he got to always remember that because, again, he was being too persistent. And she did what she had to do. Again, different cultures, but again, here, you know, that's going on every day. You might be doing it or know somebody who's doing it. It go on every day in this country. But you ain't see nobody cutting nobody up. They get hurt, they go tear your car, bust your windows out, cuss you, say your mama ain't shit. They do all kinds, right? But that's just the way it is, right? But what takes in the mindset to make somebody say, you hurt me so bad, I'm going to pay you for the rest of your damn life? See? This alternate mind, man, got people so out of whack, right? Like people these days, like you break up them, that could be a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? If I can't hang you, nobody gonna hang you, right? You see a lot of that. We read a lot about that out here in these articles, right? So again, what kind of mindset does it take for you to get to that level that you would actually do that, right? So anyway, we're gonna move on. I got a couple more before the show. I'm almost gonna get to the end. Where I'm at now, I'm at the 2-hour mark, right? So I'm right on square, even though I had some technical difficulties and sometimes I have to tell them, let them know, hey, I know what it is. All right, so again, this here is, I had a story. I was going to do this. Let's see. Do I want to do this? Let's see. Because I'm over here. I'm almost 2 and 2. I want to be out here by 2.5. So let's see. I got a story here. You know how they always say, you know, again, when we talk about justice, right? You know, justice is blind, right? We say we're guilty till we proven innocent, right? And then people are, that's not how the system is. Why do you think like that? That's not true. It's fair to everybody. Not really. So I seen this here and I said, wow, what? I said, wow, really? Y'all going through that too? Okay, I think I got it right here. So let me see if I can pull up. Again, for those in the house, you want to hit that like button, dislike button. You know what I'm saying? You know, comment, saying shit, whatever you want to do, it's all good over here. So let me play this first. Let me play this first here and listen to what the brother's saying, right? And then I got a story while I'm playing this. So let me play this first and then we'll come back and listen to what this brother talking about.
Confusing at times. Confusing at times.
Nigeria is neither witnessing civilian rule, nor is Nigeria witnessing even democracy. What we have at best is a form of government I call kakistomobile plutocracy.
You see, take the word parade, for example. It could mean something that coppers are forced to do under the sun and in the rain. But then it could also mean something that likes to play rough play with human rights.
While parading suspects at the Interstate Police Command headquarters in Owerri.
All of us here are innocent. None of us here does this thing.
For instance, it has to be an English problem when the law says innocent until proven guilty. But some beret-wearing people see it as...
I said you are guilty unless you can prove yourself innocent.
In Bubu's defense, that was before he changed to Agbada.
When I was in uniform, younger and rather ruthless.
So in this Agbada dispensation, why are some people in uniform still parading unconvicted suspects up and down? Does the grammar in the Constitution sound like this to them?
Of an odorifero saga, kum gagatwan gaga.
Okay, let me translate innocent until proven guilty. This simply means you don't really do anything until they hold you like this for hand and say you do something. Not the opposite. On a positive note, though, not all suspects in Nigeria are treated as guilty until proven innocent. For instance, when this happened, and the senators whose name rhymes with Agege bread was a key suspect. The police did not invite him for a special parade. Even see the expression on his face. That's the you know if it do me anything kind of expression. Yes. Then there was the time when the Senate president was suspected, for being connected with some ambrovas. Did we see him walking up and down with singlet and pint for a special police fashion parade?
Did not serve it.
So how come the law enforcers understood the English of the Constitution at those times? Is it that suspected politicians have special constitutional interpreters, aka lawyers? Or maybe Nigeria became a jungle when we were sleeping. So now only jungle justice can work. Without police or army, even we the people know how to do this kind of jungle justice thing. We know it very well. One person will just shout, Tifo, 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 and before you know it, necklace don't land on top of neck. No defense, no trial, no appeal. It's not surprising, after all. I mean, when we point at law enforcement officers for injustice, our other fingers are pointing back at us for the same thing. That's what we see, Amo. That's how it be. Even though no be so it's supposed to be. After all, you can take officers out of the jungle. But can you really take the jungle out of the officers? This one is a strong question. Maybe I need to phone a friend. Maybe I really need to phone a friend. Hey, Oga Obama. Hey, Obama, my guy. Yeah, can we take the jungle really out of the officers?
Yes, we can.
Is that your final answer? Yes, we can. Okay, he says yes, we can. Yes, we can.
All right, so again, I'm going with guilty until proven innocent, right? So this was in the BBC News. It said a letter from Africa, guilty until proven innocent in Nigeria. Say that again. Letter from Africa, guilty until proven innocent in Nigeria. This story was done December 27, 2018. And this is how it reads. Says a few years ago, a Nigerian police parade a gang of male armed robbers headed by a woman in front of a journalist, and photo of these 7 alleged criminals who had terrorized a part of Lagos were published. I was shocked to identify the petite, light-skinned woman allegedly leading this deadly gang as a former secondary school classmate with whom I had maintained sporadic contact over the years. The federal government, Girls College, Owerri, had produced a number of outstanding Nigerian females, including World Bank Vice President Aruna Opte, and outspoken MP Nena Adu Yukiji. But the leader of a dread gang of robbers was a first for us, and the news quickly spread to the alumni across the world. On a whim, I dialed the alleged gang leader's phone number. A few weeks later, she was pleased to hear from me, but was driving and would call back later, she said. The din of surrounding Lagos traffic was proof that she was indeed not locked up in a police cell. When she did call back, she dismissed the police accusation, insisting that she was innocent and had simply been set up. She has not been convicted of the alleged crimes and is still walking free despite being paraded before the media and having her reputation irredeemably soiled. The proclivity to parade suspects by the Nigerian Security Service and declare them guilty before the media without a lawyer present or a trial by a competent court came to the fore recently in a heartbreaking video that has been widely published. You will not do this to me. Nigerian spy agency, the DSS, said a woman who had been identified as Amina Mohammed posed as the wife of a state governor to gain entry into the presidential villa in the capital of Abuja. The officer forced her to face the camera and confess her alleged crimes, but she refused. Instead, she covered her face with her veil, screaming, "You will not do this to me." In the effort to get her to cooperate, security officer yanked her veil away from her. The woman knelt to the floor, weeping. Clearly, the woman was dreadfully aware of how many Nigerian citizens had their reputations irreparably ruined by this process. Typically, the suspect makes a full confession before the cameras. The bruises of their faces, and the presence of their stern security personnel, leading you to wonder exactly what happened and has inspired the so-called mission of guilt. For years, Nigerians have been treated one shows after another, but this is hardly ever followed up by news or actual convictions. The security agent appears more keen to be perceived as having done a good job, even when they may have little evidence to convict. Similar dramas have been the major characteristics of President Muhammadu Buhari, much touted anti-corruption war. Prominent Nigerians across the incredible levels of corruption have been filmed in handcuffs. The case against them detailed in the media, which public opinion immediately declaring them guilty. Yet, almost 4 years after President Buhari took power, the majority of these alleged treasury looters still roam free. Only a few most insignificant convictions have been recorded. The same has been the case for high-profile Boko Haram members captured and paraded by the military. It is impossible that these media parades are an attempt by the security personnel to squeeze water out of stone to exact some punishment for offenders, since the Nigerian judiciary is notoriously slow and riddled with corruption. The reason seems to be, let's ruin their reputation even if we can't get a conviction. Dictatorial tendencies. President Buhari has complained publicly about our country's judiciary, which appears to view a stumbling block to his dealing with offenders. In a keynote address at the annual conference of the Nigerian Bar Association in August, he said, rules of law must be subject to the supremacy of the nation's security and national interests. Where national security and public interests are threatened, there is likelihood of being threatened. The individual's right of those allegedly responsible must take second place in favor of a greater good of society. This comment and others like it led to the outrage of Nigerians, many who are only too aware that our democratically elected president once presided over a military government characterized by a number of notorious decrees that violated human rights. Now, guilty until proven innocent. But I thought it was the other way. You're innocent until you're proven guilty. But that's not how it goes. As you've seen in the video, the individual that was sitting there doing his broadcast, and he was giving, kind of a satire to it. Again, there's two systems here. We know that. There's a white, and then there's a black, and then there's the other, again, according to, I guess, money, right? And there's a part where you can be having of melanin, but if you got money, I guess I see somebody was talking the other day about the difference between the OJ case and the Bill Cosby case is OJ went paid for a dream team, right? And Bill Cosby did have one of the sharpest best when he had that sister, but they made sure to get rid of her, right? Remember that sister he had? If he'd had her, she was the one getting a lot of that stuff thrown out. But they didn't let her. So his legal team was not a super team, and so in his case, he had all the money that was needed, but did not prevail, right? So it kind of just depends, right? So justice is always blind, and again, once the handcuffs come on, you already presumed guilty, right? And then public opinion, depending on if you got some kind of stature or status, they'll parade you, put you on there, and you get public opinion, be crucified by public opinion. And even though the story may even be slanted, but some people can't read in between the lines, right? Can't read in between the lines. So again, what you end up doing is you fall victim to propaganda. So that's why it's kind of, when you see stuff, that's why you're supposed to be a little bit like, okay, let me look at before I make a decision. Because who has the invested interests on this individual, right? So as black men in this country, I make the bridge. I gave that story, but I'm bringing it here again because some people say, why are you showing Africa stuff? Because again, we're kind of the same, but I know we're not, but we, what I mean? There's some similarities here, right? So us being here again, the same thing like this channel. I'm guilty till I can prove myself innocent, but again, under what fixed situations, right? Who are the judges? Who is the prosecutor, right? And so if your message is not what somebody wants, then that's what part of what they come and they tried to do. And it happens all the time in this country, right? Righteousness don't seem to prevail is because it's going against the grain. So you can be guilty and not be guilty. Think about that. You could be guilty and not be guilty. But because people deem you to be and make public opinion for you to be, people will go along with it because, again, as they told you in the video about the mechanisms of how they brainwash and program you. When you watch TV, those that used to grow up on TV, they used to call it a television program, meaning you are programmed. Somebody has the science involved in the show you watching or whatever it may be, right? They have something in it. They have a dynamic that is unbeknownst to the viewer. It's kind of like I seen today, I was doing some reading and I seen they talk about where Grover supposedly had said, was it Grover? I think it was Grover. I might have said shit. They got Grover talking about Grover saying the fuck word. I listened to the shit and I was like, I don't hear no fuck word. What is this, some bullshit? So they got people out here going to debate talking about what they heard in some independent. And I think I'm a good listener as much as I'm a good talker, but I couldn't hear fuck. But they gonna make the society debating over whether he said fuck and didn't say it. See? So this is a Jedi mind trick. Jedi mind tricking you. Saying he said something and then some people can convince themselves that they heard it. Right? So let's get to the crux of the end of the show, right? Let's see again. So let me show you this. Again, going on that theme right there about guilty till proven innocent. Let me play this and come back and then we'll go to the, oh, that's not going to play, huh? Well, that's not going to play. What? I've been too long. I've been too long. It's crazy. That's crazy. Why is that not playing? Let me see if I can pull that up. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull that one up again. That's crazy. Let me put this on you so y'all can't hear that. I tell you, boy, I mean, this is I am the most hated. I do so much work, and it's not me being facetious like I'm great. No, I'm just saying, those who come on here, you know I do. I go through a whole lot. Like now, see, I'm doing a lot of shit right now. Like, what the hell is this? It's all right, though. All right, let me try this, y'all. Let me see something. Give me 1 second. Let me just see, because I want to put this in, because I got one more, then I'll call it a night, right? Let's see if this is it. Let's see if this is the one. Let's see what this is. Hold on. that ain't it. No, not that one. Not that one. So where's that orange? Okay, so maybe it's up then, right? Okay, let me see if it's up. Let's see. Damn shame, huh? It's like all that I had to go through fighting to get shit done. Then my stuff gets to another level of stuff, right? So all right, let me see if I can pull it up. Come on. Let this be the one. Suspect believed to be okay, so it must be down from that one. All right, let's see. All right, then 1 second, I got it. Hold on, I think I figured out which one it is. Hold on, maybe it should be this one. Should be. If not, I'm just say fuck it. I guess do the next one. Okay, fuck it, can't do it. All right, so I'm gonna do it at the end. This is the end one. All right, so I was supposed to play this one before this, but okay, since I'm on that theme, so check this out, and then we'll be right back. Let's see if we're gonna play. All right, come on. All right. Okay, here we go. Check it out. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it. Oh, hold on. Oh shit! I tell you, boy, what I go through to do what I do. It's crazy.
She said, did she call the president a white supremacist? Is that what she said?
She said, did she call the president a white supremacist? Is that what she said?
Knew he was a white supremacist.
Okay, I didn't hear it clearly. She said, I thought everybody knew he was a white supremacist. Lawrence Jones, what's going on here? It seems that most black athletes that I see on television think that our president is a white supremacist. What's going on?
Well, I think that became the case once Donald Trump changed his political ideology. But these same people that call him a white supremacist were the same people attending his parties and wanting donations from him, and that you saw in many photos in entertainment when he was a Democrat. And so I would encourage these people to be honest and intellectually honest and say what it really is, that he's a Republican. And this is the same strategy that they use on Republicans all the time. This is the same party that, and the same movement where you have a journalist from the HuffPo criticizing Tim Scott for being in a photo with the president and said he was a token, when this guy wrote a lot of the bill and got a lot of stuff for black folks. So, Stuart, this is nothing new. I would encourage them, though, to focus on the results of this president. Whether you like him or not, you can't deny what he's done for black families. Black unemployment is down. Black folks that are on food stamp is down. Black businesses are soaring. Those are results. That is the stuff that's going to actually impact the black community.
Okay, now let me talk to you about Papa John's CEO, John Schnatter. Now, as you know, Lawrence, he's stepping aside, he's stepping down. Now, not too long ago, the man publicly criticized the NFL over the anthem protests. What's your reaction to this man now stepping down?
First of all, brother, Papa John's is my favorite pizza. I probably have it once a week. And so I feel sad that a fellow Texan is having to step down for his company. But this is what's happening in the, in this industry right now. If you speak publicly on something, these people will shame you and make you leave your own company. I quite frankly believe that he should have a spine and not leave his company. But I understand he has a duty to his shareholders and he doesn't want to destroy his business. But I contend that if he was to stand up, that there would be a lot of freedom people, liberty-minded people that would stand by him in his business.
I think you're right. Stand up and say what you think and stand by what you think. Be honest and let the public decide. I think you're dead right there.
That's it.
Lawrence,
That's it.
Merry Christmas, young man. Can I do that? Can I say that?
I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, there you go.
You take care.
Come to New York City.
All right. Well, they can pay us to say a whole lot of stuff, can't they? Jamele Hill on calling Trump a white supremacist. I thought I was saying water is wet. You know I'm going to say that again. Jamele Hill on calling Trump a white supremacist. I thought I was saying water is wet. This was in the Huffington Post. done on the 26th of December 2018. And this is how it reads. Sports journalist Jamele Hill did not realize that her 2017 remark calling President Donald Trump a white supremacist would spur such a contentious debate. I thought I was saying water is wet. I didn't even think it was controversial. Hill told Dan Lee Batard on his South Beach Session podcast on Wednesday. I was in the middle of a Twitter conversation. I was replying to somebody, she continued. If I was really trying to make a bold statement, I would have added that the damn president. I didn't. I just talking casually with somebody. During the fall of 2017 conversation on Twitter, Hill wrote that Trump was a white supremacist who has largely surrounded himself with other white supremacists. The Atlantic writer and former host of ESPN Sports Center later added that Trump was the most ignorant, offensive president of my lifetime and has rise with a direct result of white supremacy. Hill's comment quickly went viral and prompted responses from Trump and White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Sanders called the journalist's remarks a fireable offense, while Trump claimed that comments like Hill's were hurting ESPN's ratings. Although ESPN did not publicly punish Hill at the time, the company made it clear that her point of view did not represent that of the network. It wasn't even original. Hill said Wednesday of her original remarks, "That's what is so crazy. I got famous for saying something that wasn't original. It wasn't new. It was not breaking news. I thought we all decided this after Charlottesville." Although she did not expect the backlash she received, Hill said she was ready to face the potential consequences. "I knew almost immediately that if I did face some kind of permanent discipline, if I did lose my job, if I was immediately suspended, I was okay with it," she said. Weeks after the Trump comments, Hill was suspended for 2 weeks for a second violation of our social media guidelines, according to ESPN. She had criticized Dallas Cowboy owner Jerry Jones over Twitter after he threatened to bench players who knelt during the national anthem to protest police brutality. In September 2018, Hill announced she was leaving ESPN after 12 years at the network. All right. So again, as we talked about before, guilty until proven innocent. Now here's this sister here, Jamele here. Those remember that back that happened in 2017. Well, she said again, her reference was making water is wet, right? Is water wet? True, right? That's a true statement. Water is, because we know water is wet. So that's obvious, right? So she's saying, well, I was having a conversation, and what I said was just, again, I was conversing with somebody again. I didn't say nothing that was newsworthy or breaking news. Everybody was under the, the mindset of that, right? But again, see, that's the problem. See, when you speak things that, again, people want to say are not true, they are true, but again, the negative connotation that comes with it, but if that's what you is, that's what you is. So what you do is you do the deflective tactic. You make that individual seem like something wrong with them because they talk about what you perceive to be detrimental to you, right? A personal situation I could say, but I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying, well, certain times when people do you wrong, people do you wrong, and they know you're wrong. There's an old saying says this. Says, I hate you more because you know I did you wrong. So I say it again. I hate you more because I know I did you wrong. Meaning that when somebody know they did you wrong, and when you start talking about it, they get real angry at you. They're going to hurt you. They want something bad to happen to you. But all along, they know what you're saying is true. And that's the problem that's going on now. That's what's happening all around. The suppressing of truth. They want the lie to prevail. They want the light to be put under a basket. And so that those who go along to get along with it, that's the game you have to play. So a lot of times when you look at people and see their success, you have to ask yourself, what are you really doing to get what you got? See, there's some people that say, you got to play plays a game. Well, no. There ain't no game here. It is or it ain't. See, possible is in the middle. Huh? It is or it ain't. Anything possible is in the middle. And I was always told that whatever's in the middle, it still belongs. It's like a fence, right? A fence still belongs on somebody's side. It's not shared by both. The fence belongs. If you got a house and you live next door to a neighbor and you got a fence, that fence is your fence regardless to the outside of that fence. That's still your fence. So if you're riding the fence, you're still on somebody's side. So it's either you're in or you out. And so a lot of people decide they think they can ride the fence in order to be in the favor. But see, like this sister here, she said she understood the consequences about what she stood on, and she was not about to allow that to deter. But again, she said water is wet. It's just a fact. So why is it something a fact that you try to make somebody seem like something wrong with them when it ain't nothing? The fact is you just don't want with you, who the guilt holder, you don't want that being done on you. Then stop doing the shit. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But maybe it's not that simple because you're in too deep. You remember that one time Hugo Chavez said when whatchamacall was up at the United Nations? He said when he walked by, he smelled sulfur and shit. Maybe that's what it is. It's a lot of sulfur being smelled. Well, it's my show for tonight, y'all. It's my show. I was hoping I had more. I was going to open that phone line. I would open. Anybody want to call in? Let me know. You want to call in? I'll make it where you can call in. Anybody want to call in? Give me a one out there. Yeah, I only got a couple people in the house. You want to call in on the show? I'll give you a chance to call in. Matter of fact, let me put it up here for you. Let me put it on the screen for you. Let me show what I'm talking about tonight. Let me show y'all something here. I'll give you opportunity tonight, right? Go on and get opportunity. There you go. Hit it up. There you go. 262-922-8755. If you think you want to call in tonight, get on the Mr. Blow Your Mind show of all the stuff we said. Something you want to comment about, ask, or whatever. Show opportunity tonight. Not that I'll close the show, but that's the number. 262-922-8755. You know, here's what it is, y'all. This is the most hated show in the black corner for a reason. We don't be over here on the bullshit. We over here on what is going on. Yes, it's not nice. Don't look good. Sometimes don't feel good. But it got to be because, again, somebody got to be on the other end of it. And as me as being descendant of slaves of this land, I'm tired of being on the other end of it. You understand? So it's only right for somebody at least speak on it. Again, shit, we ain't got no army. We ain't about to go do nothing, right? Again, out of the sword I got is just my truth. That's it. It's only sword. That's the only thing I have to fight with. And if you're mad about what I'm saying, well, okay, you're just going to have to be mad. Don't change the fact about what it is. The only way it changes what it is if you don't decide to do what? Don't do it. All right, so I guess I got nobody who's willing to want to call in. I guess you're a little scared. Somebody ran up out of here. Unique. Yeah. Unique. You're right. There you go. That's why I couldn't think of that shit, boy. I said everything but unique. Everything was getting castrated. I couldn't think of that. Way to come with that. And I wasn't looking in here. You want to call in, sir? Fresh? You want to get on the phone, on the horn, on the show? If not, I'm going to close the show out and I can talk with you afterwards. Okay? Nobody want to come in? So what I'll do is I'll take that off the screen. Once in a while we'll open it up. Tonight I felt like opening it up tonight, but I guess okay, nobody want to call in. I know there's only a couple people. What you scared of? I gave you a lot to talk about. Bring some present if you want. Well, since that's for the show tonight, I want to thank everybody that came through tonight, gave them likes. So let's go ahead and give a couple shout outs to I got some in the house. It looks like I got I guess Meta done ran. Meta Sim Locos, you ran, girl. I know you didn't run up out of here. Leonard Ayuda, who's good, bruh. And I got Fresh as Hell ITFW. Came with a clutch, came with the Unique. But that ain't how you spell Unique, but it's all good. I understand what you meant. Right? So, okay. I think everybody came out tonight. Thank you for listening to the show. I know the agents was doing what they was trying to do. You got the number, they ain't gonna help you none. You only can call when it's time to call in, right? So, again, stay black. Get that universal now when you see each other. Again, our great ancestor, great historian, John Henry Clark always said, he said, we ain't got nobody in this. We got no friends. It's just us. So we recognize that and start realizing that we in this game alone and everybody else around us is always trying to get something from us. The better we will do. So you got to stay black, stay strong. Love, peace, and hair grease and all that good stuff until the next show, which is probably tomorrow. You know, got nothing but love for y'all, right? I do what I do for what I do. Again, maybe not understand everything I do, but one day you're going to figure it out. So until then, peace, love, and hair grease and all that good stuff.
The following program may be unsuitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Remember, the enemy has only images and illusions, behind which he hides his true motives. Destroy the image, and you will break the enemy.
I'm here to tell you tonight that the businessmen, the mayor of this city, the police commissioner of this city, and everybody in the white power structure of this city must take a responsibility for everything. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Luther and I and everyone in this arena tonight are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of our country. We respect our flag. Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Race is when you use your power and influence to subject people into inferiority. Utterances can't be racist.
Look around you, man. They own this shit. They own this couch you sitting on, them shoes you got on your feet, this building, this school, this country, you. We're behind enemy lines, dog.
So you must first of all remember that this system was not originally designed with black people in mind. Right on, and it definitely was not prepared for black people to, in the end, begin to demand their rights and an equal share in this country which they died for. Right on. Hey, and we definitely are not going back to Africa.
In the church, we used to sing the song, "Good news, the chariot is coming." While you sit here today, knowing that you have come to hear good news, you must realize in advance what good news for you might be bad news for somebody else. What good news for the sheep might be bad news to the wolf.
They say, oh, things are getting so much better for you. In 1849, it was hitting blacks on the head 100 times a day. In 1990, they hit them 48 times a day. Isn't it better? Oh, it's got to be better. You're saved 52 blows.
The only purpose of most black Americans on earth today is to destroy.
I think that's noble. Italians love Italians. When Irish love Irish. But when a nigga loves a nigga, it's an unpardonable sin.
They have blood in their hands. When we say they have blood in their hands, we are not saying him, George Bezos, went and killed. But white people colonized us. They dispersed us. They enslaved our people. They sucked our economy dry. They are still sucking it dry even today. That's white people. Tony Blair, George Bush, Napoleon Bonaparte, Leopold, Adolf Hitler, Benjamin Netanyahu. All white people, they are the same. They are racist and they are full of hate.
I've been waiting for you. You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
Why am I here?
Our world is coming crumbling down. The coons are coming.
You have to understand that white America has an uncanny way of making the victim the victimizer. Excuse me, master, for putting my head in the way of your club. Not that your club is brutalizing my head and putting hickeys on it. My head got in the way of your free swing and broke your shiny stick, and I want to apologize for that.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected and thus not a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here.
There are more connections in the human body than there are stars in the galaxy. We possess a gigantic network of information to which we have almost no access.
Matrix is older than you know. I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the 6th version.
5 months before me. 3. There are only 2 possible explanations. 5 months before me. Either no one told me, or no one knows.
Precisely. As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic, creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
Control me! I'm gonna smash you to You can't make me do anything like my trick!
Choice. The problem is choice.
Let us remember that we are not brutalized because we're Baptists. We're not brutalized because we're Methodists. We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're not brutalized because we're Catholics. We're brutalized because we are black people in America.
Because white people made him to be what he is. They made him to look evil because that's their role, to make all of us black people to look evil and to hate ourselves. I can't hate.
You're a nigga till you die. If you're a poor nigga, you're a poor nigga. If you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga. But you never stop being a nigga. And if you get to be educated, you're just an educated nigga.
I'm told every day I'm on air that I'm racist because I call out racism. That is maddening to me, and I'm crying about it because it's crazy.
So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching you and I and trying to tell the white man to get this powder keg out of his house. Let the black man separate from his house. Let the black man have his own house. Let the black man have his own land and his own.
I thought the bitch was white! Damn it! I thought the bitch was white!
That's true. I think that white people are so guilty, knowing what they've done to black people, that they feel if the deeds were reversed, they would hate the black man if he had done the same thing to them. So it's actually, it reflects a guilt complex on the part of whites when they ask us, do we hate them? And if you notice, Uncle Sam has formed a habit of going all over the world. He calls it the ugly American or the American image. He thinks that everybody hates him because it's a guilt complex. And if you think that if you are worried about Europeans hating you, and they're your allies and your cousins, well, naturally it would follow for you to think that Negroes in this country would hate you, especially in light of what has been done to black people in this country by white people.
Now, check it out. The white ball dominates everything, right? Knocks the shit out the yellow ball, the red ball, right? And the game's over when the white ball drives the black ball completely off the table.
But you have to see that all of this is hypocrisy.
I love Malcolm. Malcolm called me the Sunday that he died. I was working Basin Street East. He said, "Brother Greg, you coming by today?" And I said, "Malcolm, I love you." And I said, "I love you so much, I don't even want to take a chance to be there." He said, "What do you mean, Brother Greg?" I said, "Well, I close tonight, Sunday night at Basin Street East." And I said, "But I had my wife book me a flight into Chicago at 8 o'clock this morning, and I'm going to Chicago, and I had way beneath my salary booked me into a college about 10 miles from the airport. And I'm going to go there and speak this afternoon, and I'm going to stay there until they tell me you dead. Because I'm not going to let this government get two of us for the price of one. And I'm going to call Adam Clayton Powell when I finish talking to you and beg him not to come there. Because today, the United States government is going to get you.